what's going on? This is the second time you've been on the show.
Yeah, the second time.
You were one of the earliest guests, actually.
Yeah, the first time was like at least 2 years ago, maybe 3.
Yeah, no, it was
3 years ago.
It was at least 2 years ago, probably 3.
I think it was 3.
Yeah, because we went to Miami, and then I think we filmed it later that year.
Oh well, it's good to be back.
Yeah.
We've come a long way.
We have indeed, but at the same time, we've gone nowhere.
Yeah, literally. The current state is it's a wild one. Something we've never really gone through.
No,
at least in my generation.
No, I'm the same generation. I mean, I think you're one. Are you the same? No, I think we're the same generation. But yeah, no, it's just.
How old are you?
I'm 28, turning 29.
33. So yeah, pretty much we were.
Yeah.
Like, if we were in high school together, we would have crossed paths.
Exactly. But at the same time, like not going anywhere. I mean, both of us have kind of proclaimed this is a spot. This is our home.
Yeah, man, it's funny because I wanted to leave so bad for
Yeah.
so long. I remember in high school, I was like, I just want to leave Newport Beach, Orange County. I don't want to be here anymore.
The fuck out of here.
I want to get out of here. I want to go to Europe.
Yeah.
I want to live in Europe. I want to check that out.
And you did.
Never so much South America, but it was always Europe.
Yeah.
And I went there for quite a long time. And after all those summers and years of being over there, I was in Barcelona mainly.
I think the first time we filmed this, you were still living over there.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
This last summer was actually my last summer of me like living out there. Now I've fully accepted coming back to North America.
Yeah.
I love it here.
Yeah.
And when you travel a lot, and also I think it comes in stride with actually just growing up.
Yeah.
And you look back and you go, wow, Newport Beach is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's the fucking spot.
Yeah. Or just Orange County in general, or just California in general. I mean, you know.
Well, one thing you take for granted if you grew up here, especially in the United States in general, is the convenience.
Oh yeah.
And it allows you to get things done really quick.
Yeah.
So if you have an idea, or you want to gather people, or just if you want to go to the grocery store on a Sunday night, because you smoke too much weed and you got the munchies, you can do that.
Yeah.
You can order whatever food you want.
Yeah.
But obviously, that convenience is spreading worldwide due to technology, but still, being back here. And then, what is it? It's March.
Yeah, it's March.
And I just came from Bulgaria. It's snowing. We're here in sunny Newport Beach.
It's a little windy and chilly today, but I mean, it's still sunny. It's
funny
nice.
Part is we say chilly is like 18 degrees Celsius. If it's 18 degrees in Europe, everyone's like out with their t-shirts.
Taps half.
Shirts off. But hey, before we go any further, I need a beer, dude.
Yeah, crack these bad boys open. Oh.
Yeah. Actually, we should practice.
Social distancing. Yeah. Be safe.
So, yeah, dude. Cheers.
These are Pacificos because we don't support Corona. Not the beer company, just Corona. It's just a sensitive word right now.
Yeah, fuck Corona. But no, Corona premieres.
Yeah.
Man, I love Corona premieres.
I just saw Familiar. I've never had that. Have you tried that?
Familiar is nice. Familiar for me is a bit too, like, it's kind of got a more heavy vibe. But for me, Corona premieres, bro, are the best.
It's that halfway between extra and light.
A lot of people tell me they taste like water, but like I like that. I grew up drinking Mexican beer. A lot of Mexican beer is watery.
Yeah.
But it's because, like, dude, it's fucking hot.
Yeah.
And you need to hydrate.
Yeah. True.
And it's like, I don't want to drink water. I want to drink a beer, so give me the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
And I think Corona Premier is the way to go.
I still can't beat it. I think out of the Pacifico Modelo Corona thing, I'm all about Modelo.
Are you? I was just gonna say Modelo's my least favorite.
I'm all about it.
I used to like it, and then every morning I'd wake up after like a Modelo just beast mode session. I'd be like bloated. I'd feel heavy. Like I could drink like maybe 2 or 3, and then I'd be like, okay, I need to chill out and have a hard drink. But like Pacificos or Corona Premiers, I can just like suck a 6-pack and I'm fucking.
Well, it's because Corona Premier, there's less carbs in it. It's less calories.
Yeah, the Modelo's like it's like eating a fucking burrito.
True.
So, but anyway, right? Look at this.
Yeah.
It's March. We're
Yeah.
just drinking beers
Yeah.
and we're chilling.
The world's under lockdown, and we're just trying to make the best of it. That's all you can do, right? It's fucking.
Well, we've kept our distance. I mean,
Yeah.
we're not practicing the 6 feet right now,
No.
but I'm pretty healthy. You're
Yeah.
pretty healthy.
I've been
quarantining for quite a while.
Life
Yeah.
is quarantine, basically. Unless
Yeah.
I'm surfing or going to play somewhere, I don't really go anywhere.
No, dude, they're closing the beaches.
Are they?
Yeah, dude, like San Diego Beach is closed.
Well, yeah, but it's not closed here, thankfully. The Huntington Pier is closed, but the beach itself is not closed.
Yeah, Santa Monica.
But they were closing. They're closing the parking lots. But the thing is, there's not really that many beach parking lots here. Then they're small. Otherwise, it's all. What are you gonna do? You can't close the streets to the residents.
Well, you can't stop people. Like, imagine trying to stop people from surfing.
Yeah.
Like, you
No.
just can't do it. Like,
No.
if I see somebody on the beach waving me in, I'm just gonna keep surfing and wait for them to get tired and bored and leave. Like, they're not gonna wait for you. What are they gonna do? Arrest? I think they're giving out a fine, $100 fine. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
To be fair, surfing is social distancing.
Yeah. True.
You're completely social
Especially
distancing.
when you're getting fucking barreled, dude.
That was a terrible
I know.
joke.
I know.
But no, yeah, I mean, even though, did you see the videos of like lowers and trestles? And there's definitely not social distancing.
Oh,
Like,
no.
these guys are
Yeah,
sitting
yeah.
shoulder to shoulder out there.
Oh yeah, ridiculous. I mean, if you're gonna do it, at least be smart about it. They're not smart about it. So.
I think my thing is this: people are like, you know what? Everyone's gonna end up getting this virus. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right, but right now in the interim, taking the loads off the hospitals
Yeah.
is so important because there's a lot of people whose immune systems can't handle it,
Yeah.
or they're susceptible from
Whatever.
previous conditions.
Yeah.
And it is our responsibility to help. Essentially, you're helping the people on the front line who are
Yeah.
dealing with this every day,
Yeah.
and the hospitals who are overloaded. And so
Just don't be a dick.
it's like, don't be a dick. Prolong it. You're probably going to get it in a month, 2 months, but by then you're going to have much more access to
Yeah.
easier health care, and
Yeah.
everyone's gonna be better off for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's shift the focus back to the subject, which is you. You kind of just told us that you just got back from Bulgaria, but I want to know what the past 6 months have looked like for you, both personally and professionally, because there's been a lot going on for you.
Yeah, I mean, what is this today? This is the last year and a half has been a lot of a focus shift for me,
Yeah.
actually. Personally, everyone has their, what they're going through. Mine just kind of coincided with I had a personal thing going on, and then it coincided with a lack of creativity.
Yeah.
If those two things were combined, I don't know. I can't really say. In
Yeah.
hindsight, possibly, but actually the way I think about it is, I think I wasn't burnt out, but I was just tired.
Yeah.
I was tired of like the circle. I was tired of kind of the direction of maybe how the industry was going.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really know my place, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, my music didn't really have a genre.
Yeah.
I think it does, but other people, I don't really have
Yeah.
a place you can really put me.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing, I think. I
Yeah.
think that's a good thing, but it also can be detrimental because promoters are looking for specific sounds.
Yeah.
Festivals want a specific lineup for a specific style.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, I was just kind of at a crossroads of like the direction I wanted to go, not musically, but just in my life in general.
Yeah.
I love touring. I love playing.
Mhm.
Most of all, I love making music.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is making music, and that's why I play live.
Yeah.
Because it allows me to
Make music live. in a
mix
sense.
both
Yeah.
worlds together.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like. Eventually, what I wanted to, like, what happened was I was kind of gassed.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to kind of step back.
Yeah.
If you look at my 2019, I barely released any music.
Yeah.
I think I put out one EP, one remix, and one compilation track.
Yeah.
And they were all cool tracks. I did the Gucci Baggy thing
Yeah.
with Desert Hearts,
Which did really well.
which did well. It's cool because I hear people sing it. Like, people send me videos, which
Yeah.
is always what you want. And then I did not a single, but on a VA comp for Oliver Huntsman on Senso. I did
Yeah.
that track, I Got Haters, which did way better than I expected.
Yeah.
Because that was like a typical shaded sound, but
Yeah.
it crossed over. I saw bigger techno DJs playing it, which was really
Yeah,
cool.
a lot of people were playing that.
And then I did a remix for Tim Englehart on Desert Hearts Black.
Yes.
And that track, I really, really love that track. And I'm not sure, I didn't really follow how it did. I mean, I still play it a bunch.
Yeah.
And, but that was all I did. If you think about it, that's only three releases within 12 months. That's not much these days, especially if you look at the turnover of these tracks now.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like, unless you're putting out a hit, it's gone in a month.
Yeah.
You know, that comes down to a couple different factors, but now there's just
There's just so much music.
there's so much music. A lot of people are really good.
Yeah.
No matter people want to say like, oh, this is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, the kids are just getting good.
Yeah.
You might want to say it's formulaic or it's typical commercial techno.
Yeah.
But it's produced well.
Yeah.
Like there's some stuff that I listen to and it's definitely
like the song itself is not great, but the production level is there.
People go crazy.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that was kind of my last year. So, but within that, I was going through personal changes, and I was just kind of formulating. I was putting together a plan. Last summer was literally me planning every day. I was like, okay, I was planning 2020. I was like, these are the labels I want to be on. These are my goals.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm going to accomplish.
Yeah.
And last summer was like I was finally clear mentally.
Yeah.
And I was also physically clear because the beginning of last year or the end of 2018 leading into 2019, physically, I came to the realization like that making a mental goal it's really hard. Like if you want to tell yourself like, oh, I want to make 20 tracks in 20 days.
Yeah.
And I also, during every one of those days, I want to do something, I want to connect with old friends.
Yeah.
So you have these like personal goals. They're harder to really wrap your head around. But a physical goal is way different because you can go, I want to run 20 miles in, I don't know, fucking 3 hours.
Yeah.
You go out, you try to run 20 miles and you only run 2 and you're like, Jesus.
Yeah.
But you kind of have, where you're at. You can gauge it. You can gauge it, and then you can see progress. The next day you go and you run 3.
Yeah.
And so I think last year was the first year I kind of started setting these physical goals on myself because one of the downfalls of touring is your health.
Yeah.
Like you lose track of it.
Yeah.
Not on purpose, but you're just like you're so in the zone and you're just doing it over and over again.
Yeah.
Airplane to airplane.
Have a couple drinks, play, go home, then wake up early, no sleep, go to the airport. Yeah, it's just everything kind of falls to the wayside.
Yeah, you might be very, disciplined, but you can really easily lose that.
Yeah.
And so I lost that, man. I was super active as a kid. I surfed all the time, exercised all the time, and for about 5 years, I didn't really do any of that. I stopped surfing for so long.
Yeah.
Lost connection with that kind of physical feeling, like that adrenaline, those endorphins, and I just literally disconnected from it. And it was something that I didn't realize.
Yeah.
And then the beginning of last year, or the end, like I said, the end of 2018 into 2019, I really refocused on that.
Yeah.
And I started setting these ridiculously physically challenging goals.
Yeah.
Like my first goal was run 12 miles a day for 30 days straight.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that adds up to, but
12 times 30.
12 times 30. I took a couple Sundays off. I think I remember calculating it out. I came in at 280 miles.
Yeah, sounds about right, I think.
I put down 280 miles in a month.
Wow.
Physically, I felt insane.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where after I did it, I looked back and I was like, dude, that was a goal I set. I set that goal in October, and I was able to bang it out through December.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that literally took me 40 days to prepare for. And then I was able to accomplish it over, the course of 30 days.
Yeah.
But the whole point of the story is, excuse me, I'm kind of gassy. The whole point of the story is it allowed me to kind of just reassess, like, because I've always believed in setting high goals
Yeah.
and then just chasing them.
Yeah.
You know, like, what's his name says? Tom Bilyeu. He says, take your 10-year plan and fucking try to do it in 6 months.
Yeah.
He's like, patience is not your friend.
Yeah.
Like, people are like, just be patient. I'm like, fuck that shit.
Well, I mean,
Don't be patient.
You do need to be patient with certain things, and patience does pay off. But there's a difference. I think people mistake patience for complacency.
Yeah.
You know,
I know.
Because there's certain things that it's like, you know, you can't do anything but be patient. But yeah, there's a very clear difference between patience and just, well, you know, this assignment's not due for 2 months, so I'm not going to start it today because, you know, it's like it's not due then, so I'll just be patient, kind of doing it kind of as it comes. But it's like in that case, no.
But I think
Yeah.
what he was meaning to say is it's a mindset.
Oh yeah,
It's not like this is my 10-year plan and it's going to take 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, no, this is my 10-year plan. Can I do it in 6 months?
yeah,
You're probably not going to do it in 6
No.
months.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you're probably won't even do it in a year.
yeah.
But by
still.
doing that, imagine you do it in 3 years.
Yeah,
You just save fucking 7 years of your life.
yeah. No, 100%.
You know? So that was kind of one of those things where I was like, okay, if I can transfer that into my creative process, because that was another thing too, is I play live, so I write a lot of music, but in doing so, a lot of music gets thrown away.
Yeah,
It's like I'd go to a party and I play this song I wrote for about a month. It's a cool song. It could probably get signed,
yeah,
but I end up getting bored of it because
Yeah.
I'm playing it so much.
yeah,
And then I just forget about it, and then I
Yeah.
move on. So that was kind of what was happening, is I was writing all this music, and it was just never coming out.
yeah.
And that accumulated in 2019, last year.
Mm-hmm.
And check. And yeah, I made a change. I was like, you
Yeah.
know what, like, and I think also that physical aspect of just living really fires you up. If you have a morning routine and stuff like that.
Oh, 100%. When you're physically fit, you're mentally in a much different place than when you're not. I mean, I know from experience, like even if it's like, you know, I recently injured my shoulder and like couldn't surf, couldn't go to the gym, and it's like even within like a week or two, I'm just like I just felt different because I
Yeah.
couldn't go to the gym, I couldn't I couldn't do anything. It's almost better, but like it was like you just feel so much different. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. Mental health is a real thing, and people. Sun just kinda
Yeah.
chilled out. Yeah, mental health is a serious thing.
Yeah.
but I think a lot of it can be combated through your physical health.
Oh, that's exactly what I'm saying. Is like just by not being able to be active, I felt my mind and my like just emotional state was just not the same, because I think part of it was I was frustrated because I knew I couldn't do it, but then also the fact that I wasn't pushing my body, that it was just like my body was kind of like it fell out of alignment. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's exactly what you're saying. Like when you're in shape or when you're just focused on taking care of yourself, it just translates everything else. And when one thing's off, everything else can get put off.
Yeah, man. When the body's in physical form,
Yeah.
not peak physical form, but you're taking care of it. Your
Yeah.
mental clarity ups, and then I think that transitions into your mindset when it comes to achieving creative goal. For me, that's creative goals.
Yeah.
Or business goals. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of what last year was. Last year I set these goals in the summer, and yeah, I would set these stupidly ridiculous physical challenges for myself. And it was great because I failed a lot. I failed
Yeah.
all the time, and that's just something that is good to good to feel, good to learn, because creatively, the further I've gone kind of into the industry, I fail a lot more, actually. It's the
Yeah.
opposite. Like when I entered, I felt like I was just putting out like
Yeah.
every record I wrote, I was like, this is sick.
Yeah.
People are playing it.
Yeah.
And now with kind of like we talked about earlier, the amount of new talent
Yeah.
and, you know, really good producers and just the access to music, now you really got to fucking put
Yeah.
out sick records.
100%.
And it kind of fired me up, you know? And like in a way, I don't compete with anyone else besides myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I have my sound and my style, and I just know like if I'm putting out a song, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with
Yeah.
this. And yeah, last year the goals were set, and now this year going into 2020, it started to unfold, and it's cool to see because it was one of those things where when I set the goals out, I like to say stuff out loud to people.
Yeah.
So then you're held accountable.
Yeah.
Because like when you set high, lofty goals and you just keep them to yourself, like
Yeah.
that's not a goal.
No, there's no one to
You
hold you
can't
accountable.
fail.
Yeah.
You can't fail because no one knows besides
Exactly.
yourself. But the moment you announce it to the world, like you got to do it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's just, and if you don't do it, everyone's like, oh, that's that dude that fucking talks out of his neck.
Yeah. Exactly. No one wants to be that guy, especially in this industry, because everybody does that.
Yeah. So yeah, musically, I'm fired back up,
Yeah.
and I got the new studio almost up and running, which was a big goal of mine last year.
Yeah.
Was because I know a lot of people who can work anywhere.
Yeah.
They can go anywhere in the world on the plane. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, I've tried. I can do it, but I'm never happy with what happens.
Yeah.
I'm a studio head. I like to sit down. I like to fucking roll a joint and just sizzle in
Yeah.
the zone, you know? And
Yeah.
I'll stay in there for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Longer. I'll stay in there days.
Yeah.
Gets all stinky and musty. People walk in.
That's
it's
when
like,
you know. Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, dog. These beats are stinky. Like, literally.
Bro, have you left? Nah. What?
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, I feel you. I feel like when I'm traveling, I just, even if I try and sit down, unless it's like okay, no, I literally just need to like fix this one little thing. I feel like I'm just like almost scrambling, doing nothing, trying to work on a track. It's like, my head's just not in the fucking space, unless it's literally like, no, I just need to, like, the kick jumps a little too loud. I need to take it down a few dB and that's it. Otherwise, it's like, I just feel like I'm just too distracted. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm even doing here.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I don't like to see people when I work. I don't like to see people. I don't want to know that someone's watching me.
Yeah.
That weirds me out. I'm like, why are you looking at me, dude? Because like musically and classically, like I'm not like trained.
Yeah.
So like I do a lot of stupid shit when I'm in the
Yeah.
studio. Like if somebody saw me, they'd be like, "Are you what? What the fuck are you doing? Like no. That's not how you do that."
Yeah.
But that's how a lot of my stuff actually happens. Is me like my vocals and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm like literally, if you walked in and you heard me, you'd be like, "Is something dying in there? Like what is that
Bro,
sound?
are you all right?
Yeah, are you cool?" Like, dude, so I think it's important to have a space. For
Yeah.
me at least, I like to have a space.
Yeah.
It's mine, and
No, totally.
I know every inch of it. And
Yeah.
I know how it sounds.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that was like I said, I've been going back and forth between Europe and the States for so long that I never actually had a real studio.
Yeah.
For so long, I was working out of the most ghetto little setups.
Yeah.
And
Which is a testament actually to, you know, how little you actually need. Because I mean,
Yeah.
if you had all that success and that's what you're using, then clearly, you know, it's not what you have, it's how you use it. However, that being said, having your own sort of sacred creative space, I mean, there's nothing like it.
yeah, man, and that's something that I think in the last few years has actually dropped my productivity. It's because I didn't have that space.
Yeah.
And I lost the desire to really be in the zone because I didn't have a zone to be in.
Yeah.
So now with, setting it all up, I'm super psyched. And yeah, this year I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I mean, even though, like we're by ourselves when we're creating is still a very vulnerable thing. And so if you're not completely comfortable with your surroundings, which I think kind of, it's like what you just said, but also like when I said, I just feel like I'm too scatterbrained trying to work like on the road. I think it's that same type of thing. It's like no one else is around you, but still it's just, you don't feel like settled,
Yeah.
And it's that definitely,
Like my perfect example or the way I can describe it, it's like when you go to a hotel and you sleep in a hotel bed,
yeah,
you don't get the sleep you really desire.
No, unless you're fucking like,
Hammered.
yeah, or you like haven't slept in like
Yeah.
2 days. Yeah.
But like sleeping in a hotel bed, like you just don't get that sleep.
No.
But then
Yeah.
you come home and you get in your own bed and you're out like a
Done.
fucking light.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
That's the only way I can kind of describe the feeling.
Yeah, no, totally. And it makes sense. I mean, that's, I guess it's just all about, being comfortable in your own zone. And if you have your own studio space, I mean, that's your sacred space. So,
Yeah, like I don't need a nice bedroom,
yeah.
but I need a studio,
Yeah.
preferably a really nice studio.
I'll sleep in the ground if you just give me synthesizers and shit, dude. It's fine.
Yeah, but another thing for me is feng shui.
Yeah.
I have to, like, it sounds so like
Nah.
lame.
Nah, not even.
But like, I want to walk in. I don't want to see wires. I want to see like it just nice and pretty.
Yeah.
I want to sit in there and I just want to go,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. Well, it's the sacred space thing, but also some people are fine with that sort of organized chaos of just shit everywhere. And some, if you get lazy in your apartment or your house gets dirty, like it kind of ends up like that, and you're okay with it until one day you're like, fuck, this is disgusting. I need to clean all this up. But at the same time, some people, when it comes to this space, right? Like no distractions, no, oh fuck, like as you're working, like, God damn it, this fucking wire, I keep forgetting to fucking move this thing. Like it's that little shit that just takes away from your attention, and then it takes away from your creativity, and then it's like it just drains on you, and then you're so fucking focused on this other bullshit that doesn't even matter. Insignificant, but it just takes away from your creative process. And then next thing you know, you're just like, the last 3 hours you've been rewiring and doing all this type of shit when you should have just been sitting down and producing.
Yeah. And that's the other thing too, is when you have everything plugged in, ready to go, you can just go.
Oh yeah.
You just write, you have
Yeah.
ideas. You're not plugging stuff in, taking stuff
No.
out. You're not fucking talking to your friend. You're
No.
not, doing anything. It's just
Yeah.
kind of like, boom.
Yeah. No, it took me a while to kind of get my new space all wired up properly and stuff, but literally now it's just like an open Ableton, turn everything on and good to go.
Yeah,
Done.
that's
Yeah,
great.
easy.
Do you have like a template already?
Yeah,
Like made
I have. I don't do templates as in like.
for wiring purposes.
Yeah. Only strictly for routing purposes. I don't do like track templates or anything. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's because I was talking to Trent Muller.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to him, and he was kind of walking me through his sort of layout, and he said same thing. He's like, as soon as I get in there, he's like, I just fucking, no matter what I do, it's always on. It's always recording live.
Yeah.
So I don't need to deal with any of this other nonsense. I just go in, press record, and I'm good. And it's
Yeah.
like that's the state that you want to get to, because it's the other shit that just wears on your brain and creativity and just makes you not want to.
Because then you enter
Yeah.
the flow state where
Yeah.
you're not thinking about the technical aspects. It's like when you're DJing and you have
Yeah.
a complicated setup. It's
Yeah.
like if you know everything's working,
Yeah.
you don't have to think about it. It's
No.
like I don't even have to look at it.
No.
Like now I don't even look at my computer.
Yeah.
I don't need to
Yeah.
because I'm just kind of in the zone and I
You already know.
just know that it's gonna work, or I hope it's gonna work.
Yeah.
But
Now, we've been friends for a while, so I kind of know a little bit about what's going on behind the scenes and stuff. But you've been kind of teasing a little bit about a new live setup, and since you just kind of mentioned your live setup, what's going on with that? What's the status? Are you still working on a new live setup, or is it all done? Or
yeah, it's almost there. The gear is done. Everything's done. The routing's done. How I'm gonna do it is done. Now it's just finishing all the new music,
yeah,
which there's a lot of new music.
Uh-huh.
And also I'm working with a buddy who is gonna do the visuals. for
Oh,
the
shit.
show. So it's gonna be me and him, and yeah, it's pretty much it's like shaded out of 2.0, I guess, because I feel like I've been playing a similar style of a live show for a while.
yeah,
And I mean, I call it live, but I guess it's more of like a hybrid live in a way, because I am playing all my own music, but or like a remix live, something like this of this nature, because I'm playing a lot of stems of my own music.
yeah,
And the new show is gonna be kind of, I'm gonna try to bridge it in between that and then like a full hardware setup.
yeah,
Like for me and my sound and the style of music I make, I don't want to play full hardware, because I think for my tracks, one of the main things that people listen to is the bass lines.
yeah,
And I can't achieve those bass lines in a live setting, like writing a bass line on the fly.
yeah,
Just solely, I could write it, but solely just when it comes to the engineering of
Yeah.
it. Like getting it to sound tight and punch in a club, I just couldn't do it.
yeah,
So what I'm trying to do is have it kind of similar to how it is now. I'll be having a kick drum and some bass and the snare kind of running as like the backbone of the whole thing, and the rest is going to be a live jam.
Okay.
Whereas right now, what I do is I finish a track and I break it down into about 8 pieces, and that allows me to kind of mix and match all my different tracks together.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I have another like anywhere from 10 to 12 tracks with options of percussion, vocals, other stuff, random little samples I've written and stuff like that. And then also a drum machine to add more drums, and then an iPad running a granular synth, kind of doing some weird vocal stuff.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what that is. It's called Borderlands.
Okay.
It's I don't know if they make it anymore actually, because the iPad I use
Is
on
old
the
as fuck.
road is old as fuck. So I don't think they upgraded the app. But it is so dope. I
Yeah.
love it.
So then what's the difference between your current live setup physically and your new live setup?
So physically, I'm gonna still have the 3K2s, which I love, which is gonna essentially act as a mixer. I'm upgrading from the small machine to the big machine.
The regular one.
The regular size machine, just because I need more drumming options.
Yeah.
Because the shift pad on the micro is just too. You can't multitask. on
Yeah.
it. So I'm getting the bigger one. I already have it. And then I'm running the SH01A, mainly for percussion reasons. Like I like the weird drippy kind of little gassy from that.
Yeah, a little
beer,
bit,
right?
yeah.
I like that kind of drippy, weird, minimal percussion you can get out of it by
Yeah.
playing with the filter and the resonance. So I'll be running that. Also, I'll be using that for some synth stuff as well.
Yeah.
What I'll probably do is before every show, I'm gonna write some like a handful of riffs within Ableton's MIDI clips.
Yeah.
And I'll be triggering off MIDIs, pre-written MIDIs, and then running them through there, and then just
Like, yeah.
kind of
Interesting.
manipulating them on the run. And then I'm going to be having, for the vocals, this is kind of up in the air, but
Because I've seen you do some live vocal stuff.
I have, and
Do a little fucking
my problem,
2005 call center headset.
yeah, so I was running like the Morrissey style headset, and that's probably what I'm going to do this time.
It's kind of dope.
Oh, it's fucking super
Or like
dope.
if you got like one of those like those old school like broadcaster ones, like the big square kind of headphones, and rock those.
No, I like that because my hands are free.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want the whole.
Yeah.
I don't want I like the little tight, and yeah, I'll be doing that. And I've tested a couple different kind of vocalizer synths. The one I've kind of been playing with the most is the latest version of the Roland,
Yeah, VT4.
the VT4. Yeah, I like that one. There's some other options. I really like that Telecon.
TC Helicon thing.
TC Helicon, the
Yeah.
one that I think Marcool uses it. I think Maceo Plex used to use it back in his live set. The only problem with that is it's really heavy
Yeah.
and it's kind of chunky.
Yeah, it's big.
It's big and it's kind of it's easy to save presets and stuff on it, but I'm always looking at new options. But that's going to be that element, and then I'll be having the iPad running as well. But this time I might be having 2 iPads. I'll have one iPad running the granular synth for the vocals, and I'll have another iPad running something along the lines of like a Mini Moog Model D
Yeah.
or like an Animoog. So
Yeah.
I could have some more, just, that's not going to be for playing like riffs or anything. That'll be more for soundscape. And doing kind of like during breakdowns, being able to add that kind of, that big moment.
Yeah.
Kind of like that Stefan Bodzini kind of like,
Yeah.
So for stabs.
Yeah. And what's the what's the time frame on getting that going, you think?
I mean, right now, this kind of,
Well,
As
I guess
much
now
as
you got time.
now I got time. Yeah. So I really want to dial it in. What the time frame is probably, honestly, it's probably going to be 2021 because I'm waiting for all this new music to come out. And hopefully after all the music comes out and we get stuff up and running after this whole pandemic,
Yeah.
I'll be able to really like push it. Because the main thing that we got to do is the visual show.
Yeah.
So the visuals got to be done, and that is taking some time, obviously. And I want to do it right the first time out the gate. I want it to be sick.
Yeah. No,
know?
totally. Because I mean that could be somewhat of a make or break. Of course, there's going to be some leeway, but still, if you're able to right off the bat just blow people's minds, then that right there already automatically puts you in a good position, sets the bar, and people know,
Yeah.
dude, that guy's fucking live show is so sick.
Yeah, I want it to be immersive, like
Yeah.
visually, if you see me,
Mm-hmm.
and sonically, obviously, has always been the goal. I think I've achieved that in a way.
Yeah.
Sonically, I'm still obviously growing and learning, and
Yeah.
but like I think I've kind of found my place sonically, and adding that visual element I think is extremely important, especially to me because my music does have a different tone to it, and I think that would really help kind of further accentuate what I'm trying to get across.
Yeah. No, totally. I agree. Speaking of new tracks, recently, within the past week, 2 weeks? New Turbo release?
About 10 days.
Yeah.
No, a week. Yeah, a week.
Wow. Talk us through that. Which, by the way, you are now the most released artist on Turbo.
Yeah, I had
That's
no idea.
random,
I had
but
no
awesome.
idea until my management hit me up. They go, "Hey, did you know you have more?" I was like, "Wow, that's crazy." It's crazy because I grew up listening to Turbo.
Mm-hmm.
I love Turbo. I was always the biggest Tiga fan, and everything he just kind of did to the label.
Yeah.
And
Speaking of which, I just saw an interview that he did. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's all scripted, but it's like, I feel like it was from like 2008.
was it for Chow? His album Chow?
Yes. That was the greatest thing.
Yeah, where he's in the blue suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. There's like a 2-part interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking fantastic.
God, it's just I love when people are able to crack that type of humor because it's so like
Especially nowadays.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays.
Yeah.
People are very sensitive.
yeah.
And I think he does it with so much style.
Yeah.
And like it's so you almost, if you were to see it for the first time, you would believe it,
Yeah. Yeah.
if you never met him or kind of you'd be like, dude, this dude is like, you that's the other thing too, you don't know, like you're like, is he being a fucking dickhead
Yeah.
or is this really funny, should I be laughing?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's that, but those were
I actually thought it was real for the first like 5 minutes, and then I saw that it was on his YouTube channel. I was like, okay, obviously this is not real, but still, I was like, this is
it's genius.
it's amazing.
That's the kind of stuff I miss.
I dare watch that video if you guys have not seen it. It's so funny.
That's the kind of stuff I miss.
Yeah.
That creativity
Yeah.
and that brand and that kind of awareness to your own kind of to what you're putting out there.
Yeah.
Like
Hyper aware of everything, able to
man.
manipulate it.
so yeah, so that well, my journey with Turbo began I think maybe 4 years ago, I reckon. Yeah, 4 years. One day I just had these tracks and I was like, where do I send these?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I love Tiga.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sending them to Turbo.
Yeah.
Like it was literally, that's how it is. I'm like, I
Yeah.
have no idea how to get them to him.
Yeah.
No one I knew him.
Yeah.
So I just went on the website on like SoundCloud and
Mhm.
it said like demo submission. And I literally just sent 4 tracks over. And like 10 days later, Tiga hits me back and he's like, dude, these are sick. Let's do it. And I was like,
What?
huh? Like, really? I'm like, sick. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's
Just
do
like
it.
that?
Just literally, it was just like that.
Wow.
And it was the most fluid, chill, like, exchange. The first record I think I did was Shishi. I think it was Shishi. And it ended up being a really, really awesome track. It did really well. And ever since then, it's just kind of sent me down build a relationship with them. And
Which that's actually crazy. I thought you had been releasing on them for quite a while, and then if it only started 4 years ago, and you're already
maybe 5 years ago.
well, even 5, and you're already the most, because that label's been around for a while, and they've released a lot of records from a lot of different people, but you're already the number 1 released artist on that label within the past 4 or 5 years. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And the crazy part about it is I haven't released on Turbo in like 3 years.
Wow.
So for like 2 years in a row, I released a bunch, and then I didn't. And then these last records, last year I kind of set out kind of like a goal of the
Yeah.
labels I wanted to be on,
Mm.
and Turbo was one of them. I was like, I want to return to Turbo, and yeah, I wrote those tracks specifically for Turbo and my stimuli and attitudes, and yeah, they both hit the spot. So I was super stoked.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I mean, that's all I have to say about it.
Yeah.
Like, it was like literally, like I was like in the studio. I was like had a reinvigorated vibe, and I was really feeling that kind of that minimalistic electro vibe.
Yeah.
It's kind of how my stimuli came about.
Yeah.
It's not really it's not really electro, but I don't really know other way to explain it. It's like minimal,
Electro
it's like
influence,
minimal
yeah.
electro,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And mixed with this new progressive kind of, not progressive, but this new techno,
Yeah.
harder techno stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then Attitudes was just like super shaded,
Yeah.
like that kind of like
Yeah.
that punky bass line, but it's like arpeggiated.
Yeah.
I've been loving the arpeggiated bass lines lately.
Yeah.
Like, I think this new live set, once it launches, it's gonna be too many arpeggiated bass lines. I gotta start writing normal bass lines
Yeah.
again. I've been just loving that, but like cool, like that funk arpeggiation,
Yeah.
not like that like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So
I'm all about rolling bass lines. I feel like I probably do too many rolling bass lines as well.
well, I don't think I've ever written a bass line that isn't rolling. So
Really? Oh, all right.
I think every shaded bass line is literally like an LFO roll. Like
Yeah.
there's no like bum 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 bum. There's no
Yeah.
like gap.
Yeah.
There's never a dry kick drum.
Yeah.
There's always just some bass just sucking on it.
Yeah.
And but that's how I like that's
Yeah.
that's what I like to hear, and that's
Yeah.
kind of a part of the show, and that's kind of how I have the shaded flow. Like if you listen to a set, it has
Yeah.
that kind of roll the whole time. Like you're kind of always.
Yeah.
It might not be the grooviest, like in terms of like having that kind of like,
Yeah.
like that shoulder slap, but like
You got
for
the
some
head bob.
reason you're still grooving.
Yeah, you got the head bob for sure.
Yeah, it's still
Yeah.
kind of like sucking you in, you know?
Yeah. So then, was that written here, or your old spot?
That was written in Barcelona this summer.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I wrote that this summer during the kind of the planning stage, and yeah, those tracks both came together really quick, and yeah, that was that.
Would what kind of gear were you using on those?
Nothing.
Was it all in the box?
No. Nothing. But yeah, no. What did I use? Nothing. I don't think I actually. Now that I think about it, I don't think I used anything because my setup in Barcelona was extremely minimal. I had the I can't even remember the name. We just talked about the Roland Voice.
Vocal transformer.
T some
VT3.
VT4. VT4.
That's the new one.
New one.
Yeah.
VT4. SHO1A had that. Used that on them, and I think that's it. I really wanted to get back here, and I wrote the bass line on the Model D, but with the VST. I wanted to come back here and re-record it with the gear, but I just couldn't.
Yeah.
Didn't have it. So yeah, it was literally pretty much almost in the box, both of them in the box tracks, and they came out really quick.
Yeah.
Like it was just kind of like one of those things where I sat down, smoked a joint, bada bing, bada boom, and I was like, "What do I do with these?"
Yeah.
And,
There you go.
But I already had the idea to send them to Turbo. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that.
Yeah. Took out the extra step there. Now, for those that might have seen your post, Mixed Mag just did a little thing on you about rock climbing, which is pretty sick. But in there, little Easter egg mentions hot creations. And now you and I have been talking about this for a long time, but now it's finally actually happening, right?
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I didn't know they were gonna mention that Easter egg.
Well, it is in print now, so it's fucking, whether they meant to or not, it is out there.
Yeah. So that was actually that was another goal last summer.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, one of
I
my
know everything, by the way, but just
Kane Michael.
but
He's like my
yeah.
therapist.
Yeah.
No, what happened was last summer I put together this plan, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of that plan actually revolved around moving back here to
Yeah.
the States. And
Yeah.
I wanted to be in America more. I wanted
Yeah.
to tour in North America more, South America, and this area. But more so North America.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, you noticed it as well.
Yeah.
Like, look at the change.
Yeah.
The changes are, it's crazy.
No.
I mean, have you noticed it?
No, 100%. We've talked about this plenty of times, and I'm my own brand and things that I've been working on. It's focused on all America, mostly more trying to focus really on the West Coast, just because the West Coast has such a vibrant and rich musical culture and history, but just the U.S. in general. I mean, especially for techno, it's like it's crazy. I mean, it's like and my whole thing is. Europe, it's done. It's established. Like there's more parties and stuff popping up, but it's all the same. There's nothing exciting. It's not a bad thing. And it's good because if you're a techno artist working over there, it's just more work for you over there. But America is once again the Wild West. Like EDM blew up and all that kind of shit, but like once the, glitter and unicorns went away, now it's sort of like Wild West. Build your own fucking empire. What are you gonna do? And whatever you want to do, you can do here. It might take a little while.
Yeah.
But I strongly believe, I did say last year that within the next year or two, which would have been this year and next year, but now with this whole coronavirus thing, it's kind of pushing things back. But still, I think within the next 2 years, America will be the number one spot. Or if not the number one spot,
That's a fucking bold statement right there.
maybe
dog.
not number one, but
I don't know.
top
about that.
top three for new things.
Emerging markets, maybe.
Yeah,
Emerging
exactly.
Markets.
Yeah, because not number one in terms of, Berlin and stuff. Like it's
like Europe is Europe.
yeah, exactly.
You'll never ever be able to recreate or have a party like a European party
Exactly.
within the States solely
Just
due to
different
the
culture,
culture
yeah.
and the laws.
Yeah,
Actually, you literally
yeah.
just can't.
Yeah.
There are the warehouses you can go
Yeah.
to in LA that go all night.
Yeah,
And
but that's part of it. That's part of it is that these specifically in the West Coast and LA and such is that the underground has come back in full swing and it was thriving. I mean, it's just every weekend bigger and bigger and bigger artists are playing these little raw underground parties until 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning, which is how it used to be. That's exactly what it used to be. And that's the whole thing is it's like everybody's, you're a C or B level artist in Europe. Trying to get to that A level, it's tough. But if you can come here, dig in, settle in, and get in here before everything blows up, when everything does blow up, you're going to be A level here. So you can still be a B or C level over there. Or in fact, by being a bigger artist here, that might make you a bigger artist in Europe because there's more hype and people are like, oh, fuck, But again, it's like, you have your status there. But if everybody's focusing on that, while you're like, this is free for the fucking taking. I can build my own empire here. I can do whatever the fuck I want here. Once everything pops off, you're the fucking number one. You're the guy. When people think of, oh yeah, that like America or LA or whatever, it's like the first thing to think of, dude, Shaded. Yeah. Like, are you so, hell yeah.
I mean, I definitely see America growing. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And one of my reasons for kind of like my like I said, my goals were to come back more stronger here.
Yeah.
And that's definitely kind of what kind of led me. Like that's kind of why I want to do some more stuff with Turbo.
Yeah.
Because they have such an awesome North America presence in Tiga
Yeah.
as well. And that's kind of how like Hot Creations was always something
Yeah.
I wanted to be. I remember the first time I saw Jamie Jones was over a decade ago.
Yeah.
It was probably, and it was longer than that. It was like 13, 14 years ago. Probably about a decade ago. But he would play those standard rooftops down in downtown LA.
Yeah.
And this is before Hot Creations. And I was always a big fan. I was like, dude, this guy's dope.
Yeah.
And like him and Lee Foss would play parties, and that's kind of right when they kicked off Hot Creations. So like I was always thinking about them.
Yeah.
Like they were always on my radar.
Yeah.
Musically though, for the longest time, my stuff just didn't fit.
Yeah.
And I didn't really think about it because it just didn't.
Yeah.
But as I've evolved, people that know me from Shadow Play days,
Yeah.
like it was dark.
Yeah.
but it was still kind of quirky and minimal. But now the new shaded stuff is
Fun and
a lot more fun, but it's still powerful.
Yeah.
I feel like one of the things I want is I want power in the music. Like,
Yeah.
I like energy.
Same.
I like high energy, but I want it to be like
you.
me, you
Yeah.
know. And I'm not dark.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I like dark shit, but like, I don't want to. I don't want to go to a party and cry.
Yeah.
You know,
Sit in the corner and scowl at everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't mean that in a negative way, but I
Yeah.
just like that's kind of a little
Yeah.
throwing a little jab, but I just want to have fun. Like my
Yeah.
number one rule has always been from Shaded
Yeah.
is I want to keep the integrity of the underground and that underground power, but first and foremost, I want girls dancing.
Yeah.
If girls are dancing, guys are dancing.
Yeah. 100%.
And that's my thing. Like someone told me once, and when they told me this, I was like, I was crying inside. I was so happy. They were like, man, like when you're playing, like you could literally be playing a techno party on a big techno lineup. When you're playing, all the girls are dancing.
Yeah. Like, oh, sick.
And I
Cool.
was
And
like-
inside you're like,
But in the way they said it was kind of like not like you're playing hard enough.
yeah.
Like, oh, you should play harder. But it was kind of like it was cool for me because like that was always what I tried to do. I was
Yeah.
like, I want to be able to play those techno parties with those serious techno artists, but do me,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you know, and still get away with it and
Yeah.
be able to play those lineups.
Yeah.
And when someone said that to me, I was like, fuck yeah, like
That's it.
that's what I've
Yeah.
been trying. That's what I've wanted to do, and that's been the goal.
Yeah.
And so the latest stuff, I feel like this thing that just came out on Turbo is almost the best of both worlds because my Stimuli, the A side, is pretty dark.
Mm-hmm.
It's minimal. It's dark. It's kind of heady.
Mm-hmm.
And but then the B side, Attitudes, is a little more kind of attitude-y.
Yeah.
But it still has kind of like this bump and bounce to it, where like, you know, it's not happy,
Yeah.
but it's not like sad.
It's
you
like
know?
more, it's just more upbeat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's upbeat. I mean, that's what I want. I want the music to be upbeat.
Yeah.
The bass lines to be upbeat. I want people to be happy,
Yeah.
but also be all fucking sweaty with that E face, like
Jaw swinging like Tarzan.
yeah, dude, just fucking that look where it looks like someone just farted. You know, they got that scrunchy farty face. You want another beer?
Sure. Yeah.
You've seen that meme, right?
Which one?
The farty face meme?
I think so. Did you post it?
No, the meme where it's like the face you make when you hear like a dirty track.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, just saw that again recently.
There's no meme that more accurately describes the face you make, though.
Yeah.
Like when you turn around and you see your friends, you're just like,
I love the.
everyone knows what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Everyone's like, yeah, this track's hard. He likes
Yeah.
this track.
You know, have you seen the meme where it's the rocks?
Yeah. When you turn around and see your buddies, it's like, it's literally what it is.
So good. So good.
Dude, cheers.
Cheers. So, kind of going off of this whole sort of, you know, America being the Wild West again. We kind of talked about a little bit before we started recording. It seems like these days, like back in the day, what really kind of helped you get on the map was getting on a big label, getting big releases, and then going from there. But nowadays with social media, it's like you don't even need that. You can literally just
you don't.
You post a funny fucking video on YouTube on Instagram or something, and people are like all about it. But there's a downside to that. Now we've got a lot of just Instagram stars
We have a lot of Instagram stars.
just crowding lineups and such. But again, the positive is that you don't need, your career does not need to rely on someone else. You know, you're not at someone else's mercy to be successful.
No, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm curious, how you're approaching that, because you've got some little things going on.
I've definitely witnessed this,
Yeah.
and I used to be very anti social media, and it was detrimental to me. Now
Yeah.
looking back in hindsight, I wish I would have taken more advantage of it.
Yeah.
Because I never really put my personality out there
Yeah.
too much back in the past because I just didn't want to.
Yeah.
I like to be more of a private person.
Yeah.
And in a way back then there was more stock in being mysterious.
Yeah. No, totally.
Remember? Like
yeah.
that was kind of like
And there still is, but it's like you gotta fully commit to it.
very rare.
Yeah.
Very rare. There's some artists out there who are totally, withdrawn. They
Yeah.
play that hermit vibe.
Yeah.
Where they don't really interact. They probably don't even respond to any messages on Instagram. They don't respond to anybody. And it works for them, but that formula doesn't work for everybody.
No. For most people, it does not work.
And then one of those things too is I realized as I was like I stopped giving a fuck really.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that I wasn't thinking about my image or anything. I was just like, this is me as a person.
Yeah.
I want to fucking drink beers. I want to fucking smoke weed.
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck what other people think.
Yeah.
And like, if this,
Which we live in California, so it's legal.
yeah, if this is detrimental to people thinking I'm a serious techno artist, I don't give a
'em.
fuck.
Yeah.
Like fuck
'em.
them.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a serious techno artist.
No.
People who are techno artists don't even think my music is techno.
No.
I've heard some snobs like comment on my shit.
Yeah.
I just read it and I laugh and I'm
Yeah.
like, sick. I can't wait to hear your reverb kick drum.
Yeah.
Put some reverb on it and then just say like acid,
Yeah.
acid,
Yeah.
acid,
Yeah.
techno.
And it's like what? Behind the camera.
And then put on a really fucking loud ride.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
can't hear anything else. I can't wait to hear this record.
Yeah. But it's also, it's like, these people are also, it's like once the cameras are off, they're fucking like crazy people anyways. So it's like, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? As long, keep it respectful, I guess. Don't be an idiot. But it's like, if you're the guy that's always the after party all fucked up anyways, but on social media and stuff, you're all stern and blah. It's like, that's not even you. That's just, you're just being it's all an image. But if you're able to, like in your case, say, fuck it, like this is what I do on and off camera. This is who I am.
Yeah.
And
Man,
that's it.
I think it's important now, especially because I think a lot of people relate to those things.
Yeah.
People like me, I follow people on social media who I relate to,
Yeah.
and I resonate with what they're doing.
Yeah.
And
That's why these people are so successful, that are like, sort of these comedians or these people that just really put themselves out there because people can connect with that versus, these other people where it's just they're shining examples of what society should be like, right? It's like, yeah, we kind of idolize these people and we're like, oh, it is cool, but like at the end of the day, we prefer to look at these people who we can connect and relate with what they say because we feel a piece of ourselves with inside of them, as opposed to just this sort of unobtainable, goal like thing that these other people have achieved.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like it's literally, I mean, I know it's so cliche, but it's like, unless you have haters, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
And like for the longest times, like I didn't like that. Like I'm always been a chill person. Like
Yeah.
I don't cause problems. Like I'd like to lay low, actually. That's more my vibe.
Yeah.
And I remember I'd read YouTube comments and stuff on like some of my, like when I'd go check stuff out, like my music on YouTube, like so full of myself. I wanted to see what people were saying. And I'd read these comments that were so brutal. And I'd get so bummed. I'd be like, fuck this motherfucker. I'd get all worked up. Like, and then one day it just kind of clicked with me.
Were these people that said they had met you before, or it was just purely...
I don't know. I think it was just internet. I think it was just trolls.
Oh.
But like, it hurts. It's like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where you can have 1,000 people praise you and then one person says something and you're
Yeah,
just
you're,
like,
like, bummed.
that's all you think about is
Yeah.
that one motherfucker.
Yeah.
But maybe it's something that comes with age.
Yeah.
Took me a little while
Yeah.
to figure it out. But now I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. Like I get so many messages from people like, you're setting a bad example. Stop smoking weed. I'm like, why don't you just unfollow me?
Yeah.
Don't message me again. Like I just
You're setting a bad example by doing what? Something that's perfectly legal?
Something that's perfectly legal and it's more healthy than probably all the weird fucking shit in your
Yeah.
medicine cabinet that you take every night to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm
You're not causing issues. You're literally just
not advocating it.
No.
I'm just thoroughly enjoying a nice joint.
yeah.
And I'm posting a photo on Instagram.
People post pictures with alcohol all the time.
You know how many people are addicted to alcohol? You know how many people post photos of them with their asses poking out who are addicted, like, you know, people are addicted to fucking porn and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, I smoke weed, I chill out. Get the fuck out of here. If you don't like my music, cool. I don't care.
This. Why?
Like-
Yeah. Again, why are you following me?
Like, why are you following me?
Yeah.
You don't like that I smoke weed? Why are you following me?
Yeah.
You don't like something I do? Don't tell me about it because I'm not going to change.
Yeah.
You know,
Unless it's something bad. But if it's just like little shit like that, it's like, who cares? It's like I'm keeping to myself. I'm having fun, and that's it. So, yeah.
yeah, I think so now that's kind of why that track actually blossomed. I got haters.
Yeah.
It was kind of like it's just like fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a vocal in. I was high. I was like, I got haters.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have that many haters.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I had more.
You're not a public enemy.
Give me more. Give me more haters. But yeah, no, it's just kind of one of those things. It's just a part of the game, and that's what fuels. That's what fuels social media.
Yeah.
People are talking about you. People are booking
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of lame because it should be if people are listening to your music and
Yeah.
you're putting out dope music, you're getting booked.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not the case for most
Yeah.
things. It is. There's definitely a bunch of people putting out dope music who are also playing fucking tons of shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. It's
Yeah.
fucking Wild West out there.
It is. 100%.
Better or worse, I don't know.
Yeah. It just is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. My speaking of this, my friends and I just, we send some really horrific things back and forth to each other. But
Oh, do you see that video I sent you the other day?
dude, I sent that to a bunch of my friends.
How fucked up was that?
How was that guy still talking?
How was he still
this
talking?
video that he sent me was a video of a guy who had just killed a bear. Well,
But they got in a fight. The
a
bear
guy
and
a
him-
guy killed a bear because the bear mauled his dad. And then, you kind of swipe through different pictures and there's a picture of this guy, his dad, whose face is just gone. You see an eyeball, you see his chin, but everything else is just
This is
gone.
gone. This is gone.
It's just all gone. And then there's a video of his dad somehow talking
with the face.
with his face gone.
Gone. I'm like, okay, the vocal cords are working, but there's no lips. There's no mouth. There's no were there teeth?
I don't know.
It was the most wild. So you know what happened? I was driving to my chiropractor the day before.
That's probably the
No,
heaviest thing I've ever seen.
I've seen one. That one you sent me of the tree hitting the dude in the face. That was fucked.
Which one was
I'll
that?
tell that after this.
Okay.
So yesterday I'm on the way to my chiropractor. I'm talking to Harvard-based Victor.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just hear him go, oh! And I'm like, what? He's like, dog, I have you on speaker, but I'm just scrolling through fucking Instagram. My buddy just sent me this photo. I'm going to send it to you. Check it out. And I'm like, oh, cool. Whatever. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't even warn me. And he goes, oh, it's fucking nasty.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I totally forget. I go home. I have a message from him. I click on it. It's that video that I then sent to you. The reason I sent that video to you is because you had sent me that fucked up video of that dude getting hit in the face by the tree. Remember the tree falls? The guy cuts the branch like zzz,
Yeah, vaguely.
and the tree comes swinging down and hits him in the face.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
That video
Yes.
traumatized me for so long. And I was like, I'm going to get this motherfucker back.
That's amazing.
Because that video fucked me up, dude. I was like, I almost threw up. I almost threw up when I saw that video.
No, it's not. I mean, we send each other that stuff, but no, there's, without getting too political.
Stay away from the graphic shit, all right?
Well, without getting too political, all of this stuff potentially started with someone eating a bat, right, in China. So there's people on YouTube. I don't know if you've ever seen these people. They're famous for eating things. There's some people that just eat like ungodly amounts of food. They're small, petite people, and they just
Like the hot dog dude. He just stuffs hot dogs down his throat.
well, yeah. There's like this Asian girl that's
He
like
just slams wieners
crushes
like a
the biggest
boss.
meals I've ever seen. It's insane. And she apparently she goes to the gym for 3 hours a day, whatever. But there's this other girl that just eats like everything. Deep fried cat, deep fried alligator. It's the most, but like not like cut up, like full, like literally just stuck a cat on a plate, put it in the oven, and pulled it out and started eating it type of vibe. And
This
the reason
is
the
on
reason
YouTube.
yes, oh yes, and the
This
latest
is disgusting.
one. The latest one was a full alligator, like literally take an alligator, put it on a big ass plate, put it in a fucking huge oven, pull it out, crispy skin, everything. Like it's fucking weird. But the reason
and how does she eat the alligator? Does she use a
she
knife?
just
and
full blown like just cuts it and eats it. It's
the
insane.
skin and the whole deal.
Everything. Well, I think it's descaled,
But
but
how do you digest that shit? Like how do you digest the tail?
it's like just meat, like chicken.
Yeah, but obviously it was descaled because those
Yeah,
scales.
yeah,
are-
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's descaled.
She
but,
eats the whole joint.
oh, the whole thing.
How do you eat a whole alligator?
I don't fucking know.
I can't even eat a whole
No,
like.
how do you
small
eat?
chicken?
I don't. Yeah, dog, you gotta yeah, you gotta work on that. But no, but the reason I'm saying this is because here we are disgusted by what they're
Excuse
doing,
me.
but we're talking about it, right? That's the hater thing, right? And that's the whole point, right? Like she doesn't give a fuck what we think. And here we are talking about her, telling more people about her, so more people are gonna fucking end up checking her out, and then it's just
Yeah, man. It's people gravitate towards negativity.
yeah.
People love to.
Why is that?
It's funny. You could go, man, I found out about this amazing musician. He's so awesome. Go check it out. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, cool. And then someone's like, yo, dude, I saw this dude on Boiler Room has a wiener on his face. Oh, my God, I have to see this. You
Yeah.
see that dude? He had,
Ankle
like,
pants.
Ankle pants.
Yeah, he makes some kind of crazy music. It's not bad. Not all of it's great, but there's some decent stuff.
Does he still have the penis on his face?
Oh yeah,
Tight. I'm into that.
hey, you know.
It's a performance.
Oh, yeah.
I like. I'm
100%.
down with that shit.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%.
As long as he's just being himself,
Yeah.
that's cool, man. Rock that fucking penis on your face.
Yeah, 100%. So, do you think that kind of getting back to the whole U.S. market and stuff, like, because one of the big things that you did more recently was your birdhouse.
Whoa. Oh, that was my plant. My plant the wind just tipped it over. Damn. That's funny. Let's continue, sorry.
You just did a mix for the birdhouse, which is, Dirty Birds podcast, which is a pretty big thing.
Yeah, that was my second time, actually.
Oh, really?
It all kind of came about a couple years ago.
But do you think this one had more impact, or was more impactful to you?
I think so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The first one I did was a while ago. Claude had heard some of my old music on SciTech, and he was supporting it. It was specifically a track called Save As. It was a Shadow Play record, and then more recently, this track called a shaded track called Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I had met one of their guys at the label, Wyatt. We would start talking. Do you know Wyatt?
I know who he is,
yeah.
but yeah, Wyatt Marshall. I've never met him, but I know who he is.
Yeah, we started talking. He's like, yo, Barclay's been playing your stuff. So started sending him some music, and we started chatting. And that's how the first Birdhouse mix came around. And that was kind of coincided with my me meeting up with all the Desert Hearts guys.
Yeah,
And
because you're kind of like in that crew now a little bit, not fully, but a little bit. Like
yeah, they have their squad
yeah,
of all the boys, like Porky and
Mikey and,
Lee and Marbs.
yeah,
And then they have the Desert Hearts guys, Marbs and Evan Casey and Rinzin guys. But yeah, that kind of all coincided with kind of I felt like for the first couple years I played the festival, I was one of the only people playing more techno vibes.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't say I was playing techno music, but
Yeah.
I was playing much harder
yeah,
than most people.
Yeah.
And I just think there was a space for that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it opened that avenue for me. And ever since then, I became really good friends with all those guys. Love
Yeah.
those guys. And man, whenever I get a chance to play with them, I'm on it.
Yeah.
Because those parties fucking rock.
yeah.
And
They're crazy.
yeah, so that kind of led to all this, and then the latest. I've been going back and forth with all the guys over there about some music, and And then just recently Wyatt was like, hey, you want to do another mix? And I was like, heck yeah, love
Yeah.
to. But yeah, that's a dope mix for America, especially. I mean, Dirty Bird's huge in North America.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest for sure.
Could you say it is the biggest? I don't know. I mean, man, they have their own festivals. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say it's the biggest. I can't off the top of my head think of what is bigger, but it's definitely, I would say, top 3 at least.
Definitely top 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've been a Claude Von Stroke fan since so long ago. Like when he came out with "Who's Afraid of Detroit"
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And he used to play. I think he was a resident at Amnesia and Ibiza back in the day. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty positive he used to play there a bunch. But yeah, man, they're killing it over here.
Yeah, 100%. And have you? Would you say that you've purposefully changed your sound to be more fitting of sort of your new surroundings, or do you think it just was a natural sort of occurrence, if that makes sense?
No, it's a good question actually.
Not in a negative way, like a oh, you know, you're totally jumping ship, but just like now that you realize that you're trying to focus more on the American market, you're trying to make more American, or you're trying to appeal more to the American sound, or you're trying to kind of help curate the American sound, or do you think it's just not being surrounded by all the techno bros?
Well, no, so long I wanted to be more involved in the European scene, and that's kind of why I was over there, and that's where Shadow Play was, and the more minimal shaded stuff was. And just kind of as I've matured as an artist, I've realized what I like to hear. Like I love fucking hip hop music.
Yeah,
I fucking love hip hop music.
Yeah,
I really love like certain pop records. Like some pop records, really like I'm into it. Like
Man,
people hate on me, but like I love it.
The new what's it? The Weekend.
Yeah.
The Weekend track. All about it. I mean, it sounds like sort of like a rip off of like Aha, Take on Me, but still.
But all the Weekend tracks to me are fucking dope. And people were hating on Gesaffelstein. Is that how you say it? Gesaffelstein?
Whatever.
For his collab with all those more pop artists. And I was like, dude, this album is rad, man. He got a chance to do something that I would love to do.
Yeah.
Like,
and then he came out with an EP that's like classic Gesaffelstein. It's just raw as fuck, which
raw.
is great. But it's like, yeah, fuck it, why not?
But when it comes back to me and my sound and whatnot, like, man, like, no, I didn't. I stand behind everything I do, like 100%. Like there was some people do send me messages like I miss the old shaded, like Shadow Play, dark stuff. I'm like, dude, that was 5, 6, 7 years ago. Do you want me to literally do the exact same thing I did for 7 years? And it's not that I don't want to be dark. It's just that this is what's resonating with me.
Yeah.
And like,
it comes and goes. Sometimes you might make darker music. Sometimes you don't.
And if you think about it, the music I make, man, it's still not that accessible in North America.
No.
Like it really isn't, like in terms of people DJing it. But like, for instance, Mad Stacks, which is coming out soon, which is the one everyone's been asking about, is literally, to me, so shaded.
Yeah.
Like it's so my sound and like what I like.
Yeah.
And like it's just a elevated version. I think it's better than my old stuff.
Yeah.
It's so simple. It's super simple.
Yeah.
There's not much to it, but everything just kind of clicked with that record.
Yeah.
And it just has that like attitude, and it's just fucking funky, but it's still driving.
Yeah.
And like the tech house dudes can play it. The techno dudes can play it.
Yeah.
And then people driving in their car can play it.
Yeah.
And then people will remember the lyrics. It's like, to me, it is what a shaded record is.
Yeah.
And I'm super proud of it. And if anyone ever were to tell me like, oh yeah, you abandoned like ship, I'd be like, fucking check yourself. This is like, this is the real shit right here.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I could have been making this fucking 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You know?
But you know what? Also, it takes that 5 years to get to this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and in 5 years ago, Mad Stacks might not have been a cool track.
No. Or you might have been like, dude, what the fuck is this shit? Like, fuck this. This is not me. You know?
Yeah.
You never know.
I think my records are based around an attitude now. It's based around a vibe. Like a I don't give a fuck vibe.
Yeah.
California vibe.
Yeah.
A laid back chill vibe.
Yeah.
I'm doing my thing. This is how I roll. I'm 100% in or I'm 100% out, and that's just kind of the feeling I'm trying to put into the records, and I'm almost feeling like I'm simplifying things.
Yeah.
Like I used to. I think all my records are pretty simple
Yeah.
because I don't like to hear a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I think more so than ever, it's becoming more just about the punch. You know, like
Yeah.
maybe it's a subconscious thing
Mm-hmm.
with like streaming and whatnot.
Yeah.
How people's attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. Mm-hmm. But maybe my attention span's getting shorter. I don't know. I'm just liking that more, just kind of effective, punchy.
Yeah.
You remember it, talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, like that's just kind of what I'm into right now.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
What do you? I mean, I gave my predictions, but what do you think you see happening in America in the next few years? Because I mean, it's just like I was saying. Like it seems like every weekend, especially for the underground scene, just getting bigger and bigger talent coming constantly. You know, huge artists playing these small underground parties, and that's just the underground side. That's not even the mainstream side or the more, club orientated side. But if you look at all that stuff too, all these people are coming over and playing. Like Nastia, she played at Sound Nightclub, but last year, 2 years ago, so I think it was last year.
Yeah.
Like what? That's crazy.
Yeah,
It's huge.
man. It's
Sven Vath is playing EDC this year, or was slotted to if it doesn't get canceled. But I think it's going to be canceled.
well,
or pushed back.
what's crazy to me is I could see Nastia coming over here. But what's crazier to me is like it's probably the promoters just being educated promoters,
Yeah.
but like they're bringing over like the Romanians,
Yeah,
like they're bringing over Radu,
yeah,
Priku, Ricardo.
yeah.
He's not Romanian, but he's kind of like
He's part of that.
he's
Like
the king
still
of
part of
Romania.
that. Yeah,
He's like the god of that sound.
yeah,
But seeing that come
Yeah.
over, and seeing people go to those shows
Go crazy.
is crazy
and
because
they're like sold out almost.
Yeah,
if not
man.
sold out.
yeah,
I
like,
think that show was sold out. It
I
was
mean,
it was. What are those three? Yeah, what is it? Rad the
Raresh,
Yes.
RPR,
Yeah, there was a show with them three played and it was sold out.
yeah,
Amazing. I mean, I don't listen to that, but amazing.
yeah.
Nonetheless.
And that to me is a testament. Like I feel like the music does trickle from there. Like it starts over there in the east and it moves this way.
Yeah.
And
But you know what? I feel like New York, minus that new club basement, I feel like New York's kind of fallen off a little bit.
I have no idea. I haven't been in New York. I haven't been booked in New York in years. Last time I played in New York was at actually no, it's a lie. 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, I played at Elsewhere in Brooklyn. That was I mean, for us, the show wasn't too great, but it was a cool club. And then before that, the time I played was at Output. It was actually with Tiga,
Yeah.
and that was insane.
I heard Output was the best.
It was so dope. That was such a bummer. But yeah, in terms of New York, man, I'm out of the loop. I got no idea what's
I've never
going
actually
on.
even been to New York, which is crazy. But it just seems like, that's like the first point of contact, basically, for America and Europe. And I just feel like I'm seeing everybody skip over New York and come here. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, my prediction, I think we're gonna it's gonna get bigger. I think it needs a few more years, but like America's, it's consumer.
Yeah.
It's super consumer, and with this new trend of social media and Instagram
Yeah.
and this kind of stuff is only gonna boost it over here. It's only
Yeah.
gonna help it in terms of that, like, just give it to us now.
Yeah.
We want everything now.
Yeah.
Right now.
You got a product, we want to buy it.
Yeah, that's kind of how it's gonna be. I think. I
Yeah.
think this new, kind of just that social media platform is gonna boost it more than. It's not even gonna be about the music,
Man.
but I can, I love it here, dude. I love playing here.
I think though at the same time, I think it still is about the music in a sense of that. I think a lot of the people that got into it, when the EDM craze happened and stuck with it and have evolved away from that stuff, they're starting to pick up more on this other stuff. And so in the next few years, when they've kind of gotten to that, I guess, level of maturity in their music tastes, then it's just going to be, we're going to be on that same level of Europe. We're almost there where not in terms of, all the clubs and this type of stuff, but just the understanding of the music itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I think that we're almost to that stage where people with social media and stuff like that, now that they're able to really kind of dive in and learn more. Now that there's so many more resources and there's so much more accessibility to these people that were previously inaccessible. I think now people are like really diving in, and I think within the next few years, which is why I think the next few years that America is going to become like the hot spot. A, we want your product, and B, we understand your product. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if people can come here instead of people having to go to Europe to see DJs, the DJs are coming here. The people are going to go there. It's cheaper. Even if it's cheaper to fly to New York than it is to fly to Europe. You know
But
what I mean?
there's something to be said about experiences.
Oh no, totally. I'm not. And it's still.
There's nothing like
No.
going to Berlin and going to like Berghain or going to Ibiza and going to DC-10 for the first time.
There's nothing that will top that, 100%. But if anything, you go see your favorite DJ play here. Fucking hell, that was amazing. And then they're playing at that one club in Europe that you want to go to. Well, shit, let's go. Let's go.
No,
let's
agree.
go. So, yeah, I'm very excited. My whole thing is I'm very excited about what's to come, even in the midst of all this type of shit. And I've been telling a lot of my friends, get over here now. Start getting your roots in now so that you're not, trying to fight for your place on the totem pole when things kick off. And they're seeing it. I mean, my friends come and they're seeing these parties, they're playing these parties, and they're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's some
Like,
crazy parties.
it's-
Like how was Crossed when you went there? Was it cool?
Yeah, no, it was cool. I mean, I kind
The
of feel,
lineup was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
They had Carl Cox.
yeah, Carl
Like
Cox,
the
Charlotte
king.
DeWitt, Gesaffelstein played.
You did?
Yeah.
You see him?
No, because my friend Dax J was playing, and then right before Dax was I Hate Models, which is crazy, because both of them are like such hard techno.
That name is just kind of weird to me.
He's a great guy though.
Is
but
he? He wears
yeah.
a mask, right?
Yeah,
Or a bandana.
he can't wear bandanas anymore.
Why?
He had surgery, and there's too much pressure when he wears a bandana. It's too much pressure on his nose.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, I asked him.
He's
fact.
lucky he got away with that name with all these crazy people.
Yeah,
People are so so soft nowadays and
I know.
polarizing. I can't believe they didn't give him a hard time for that name.
I know.
I like that. I mean, it's a
he's
weird name.
Yeah,
I Hate Models.
but it works. And
I mean, there should be someone called I Hate DJs.
Yeah. That's just life, bro. I'm just kidding. No, but so it was pretty funny actually. It was sad and funny because I Have Models played fucking just packed, rammed. Crowd was just huge.
He plays really heavy techno, right?
Yeah. And I'm really happy for him. I'm really glad that he got to experience that in that environment, because Crossed is a very unique place. You know what I mean? Like right on the harbor, right on the water.
It's literally San Diego is kind of, I feel like in a way, the last place in America that gets everybody. Like the DJs from Europe, they come, they go to New York, they go
play
to Miami,
LA, and
they
then
go to
they go
Detroit,
yeah.
they go to fucking Chicago, they hit fucking Toronto, then they go to San Francisco, they hit LA, they hit Texas. But now San Diego is like a spot.
Yeah.
Like this, it's like, oh, it's
Yeah.
a spot now.
No, totally. And then so it was I Hate Models, and then Dax J, and then at the same time Dax J was playing was Gesaffelstein, and fucking so many people left, and I felt bad. I mean, he still played a great set, and the people that were there they absolutely loved his set. But it was just funny because like so many people left to go see Gesaffelstein.
I would have left too.
Yeah,
I love Gesaffelstein.
But he was also doing his live show. So I mean, there's
Gesaffelstein's live show?
Yeah.
Man, have
Yeah.
you seen it before?
No.
It's fucking badass.
So I mean, I can understand. I can totally understand. And the thing is, like, not people aren't a lot. I'd say a lot of people are not fully able to handle that whole like super hard techno thing for too long. Obviously, if they're going to warehouse parties and shit, that's why they're going. You know what I mean? But Cross Festival is
it's
not
daytime too, right?
Yeah, well, they played like the sundown sets, but the thing is, Crossed is not underground. They have some underground people,
Yeah.
but it's not underground. They have it because there are the people that go there for the underground stuff as well, and it's a great way to mix in the underground and get people used to that stuff. But most of the people are not there for that yet. You know what I mean? It's just too soon. But that being said, they're still expanding, putting those people on the lineups.
I mean,
people are
on the
getting
lineup.
exposed, and the people that are there that have never heard this shit before, they're loving it because it's just so different. You know what I mean?
Nice. Was
Yeah.
that the same stage that like Carl was
Yeah.
on? And
Yeah, they
I
played
think
on-
Charlotte DeWitt was
Yeah,
on.
they played Saturday, and then was it Saturday? Yeah, they played Saturday. Charlotte played Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah,
Dope.
yeah,
Dope.
yeah. It was right. Now, I want to know about one of the things that I said earlier was that you've in your new sort of rebranding, I guess.
I'd call it. I guess that'd be accurate
Yeah.
because I've taken a lot more of a approach to being more
Yeah, active
available,
approach, yeah.
more available,
Yeah,
more active. I'm more myself.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I love to take the shit,
yeah.
fuck about, but
Well, Tree Time is kind of like one of your cool little brands you got going on with Juhi. That's how you say it, right?
Juhen, yeah.
Juhen.
Juhen is octopus
Yeah,
artist.
yeah.
And,
So how did this come about? What is it?
man, I don't even know what the fuck it is. Tree Time is something we're building right now.
Uh-huh.
It is pretty much it stems from our love of marijuana. And
Speaking of which, let me crack into this little guy right here.
yeah, dude, I rolled you your own
I
fucking
know.
joint, and you
I know.
haven't-
I've been trying to fucking.
you ain't even touched it yet.
I've been.
Don't light that thing too heavy. Jeez, dog. Fucking hell. Give me that thing. Come here. No, you torched it. Pull it. Don't pull it too hard.
I mean, fuck. I don't know what you did here.
Dude, you totally... God damn it.
Give me the letter. I'll get it.
Yeah, no, so me and Juhan one day we're just talking and we're like, hey, you know what? Let's go live on Instagram and let's just talk shit. And so we let me see that lighter. So one day we're just like we popped up the Instagram live and we just kind of had a combo. We just kind of chilled and we're talking. And a week later we're like, hey, you want to do that again? And I was like, yeah, man, that was really fun. And before you knew it, we had like a little not a big squad, but we had a squad tuning in, and everyone was interacting, and we're just all kind of, talking shit, and like they're asking questions, we're responding, just kind of. It was super organic how it all kind of came together, and now it's kind of like a little thing. We don't have that many listeners right now, you know. Like I think we get a few hundred people that tune in every week, but
that's how it starts.
But yeah, that's how it starts, and now
I think that's actually on that point. I think that's a reason a lot of people get frustrated in this industry. They think they've got this cool little idea,
and it's just gonna go,
and it just right off the bat, it's gonna be like a hit, and it doesn't, and they give up on potentially really cool ideas, or they just get frustrated because it's like, why is no one else watching this? It's like, well, it takes time to build a brand, just like it takes time to become a well-known artist. Unless you're Carl Cox and you're coming out with some fucking little thing, like it's just,
well, no, like that took him decades to build, like.
But even still, it took decades to get to that point to be able to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
So it's important to remember, everybody.
Yeah. So Tree Time is it's a project. I'm super excited about it. We just got the new artwork. It's super fucking radical. I'll show you after, but we're gonna be unveiling it in the next week or two.
Sick.
And we're going to be doing merch. And it's just kind of, honestly...
Are you going to put it on YouTube?
Yeah, so eventually what we're going to be doing is we're looking at possible ways of streaming. Different options. I wish we both lived in the same place so we could do something like this. But right now we obviously can't. But we've looked at like Twitch, but we're probably not going to go that way. We're most likely going to go YouTube.
Yeah.
We're going to build it up on Instagram a little more.
Yeah.
And then transfer it to YouTube. The thing with YouTube is you have to have, I think, 1,000 subscribers.
100.
Only 100?
Yeah, it's 100 because
to go live.
Yeah, because I just saw someone post a thing. They said, I I need 100 followers so I
Are
can
you
stream.
sure?
Yeah.
Because I already have that on the Shaded and Faded page. So we can, yeah, fuck yeah, we can start streaming Tree Time through Shaded and Faded.
But wouldn't you want to make it your own channel?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, but we'll see. But I feel like if we can get enough people on Instagram, it'll just translate over to YouTube. But yeah, to me, YouTube is the future.
Oh, 100%. It's still the second largest search engine. I mean, that's I
Behind Google, right?
yeah, which owns YouTube.
Yeah,
But
it's crazy.
Yeah, I used to use SoundCloud a lot for finding new music, and then this app called DIFM. Have you heard of that?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's actually pretty dope. It's pure, just music. Like DJs do have like their own radio shows and stuff, but like, man, there's some really fucking left field genres on there that you find some insane music. Check it out as well.
Okay.
But YouTube in the past 4 years, hands down, pretty much almost the only platform I use other than Bandcamp.
Okay.
Bandcamp's where all the really good shit is too. But
right.
the thing is,
how do you buy your music?
Bandcamp.
Bandcamp.
And Bandcamp, I recommend for you, if you were to start your own label, or if you have tracks that you just want to sell,
Yeah,
because you can't place them anywhere. I mean, this past Friday, they gave 100% of proceeds to artists, and they normally only take, I think it's like 10%, 5%.
That's insane.
That's nothing. And
Yeah.
you see the music, you see the transactions right away. Like all the time, I get little emails. Cha-ching! You just got another $1. You just got another $3. Like, you know, and you can charge as much as you want. I'm selling merch on my Bandcamp pages now. It's easy, super easy. It goes right to your PayPal. You don't have to worry about like, you know, this track came out 3 months ago. Where's my fucking check from the label? Right? Like none of that. It's all right away.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be in the next five years.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people, especially through these people building their own brands, they're gonna be not even starting their own record label.
Well, and that's why I think that's why Bandcamp does so well, and that's why so many people, especially in the underground scenes, like Bandcamp, is because they have basically full control.
Yeah.
Like when you upload something to a distributor, this is a little fun fact, guys. If you upload something to a distributor, right, and they push it out to all the channels, like some make it very easy to get your money, some don't. It depends. But at the same time, right, it's like you upload to Beatport or something, and if they don't have good analytics, it's like you don't know how well it's doing on Beatport. No. Versus Bandcamp, you know exactly how well it's doing because you're getting emails from people buying it. And you get almost all the money. You can sell whatever. And so with YouTube, you know, they'll post you can't buy anything on YouTube, but they'll have the track playing, and then in the description they have a link to the Bandcamp. You just go buy it. And also, I feel better about buying from Bandcamp because I know exactly where it's going. Yeah, a little bit's going to Bandcamp to help keep the site up, and it's a very reasonable amount. Like it's not like they're taking 25-30%. It's like literally like 5 to 10. It's like nothing.
Yeah, that's nice.
But you know that it's supporting a platform that supports its artists, and you know that you're supporting the artists. And that's why I like Bandcamp. And another huge thing, it doesn't cost it's any different to buy a WAV file as it does buy MP3.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
On fucking Beatport, you know, it's what, like $1 more to buy a WAV file or AIF?
Sometimes it's $1.50.
Yeah. And on Bandcamp, it's the same. Exactly the same.
Man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely against this whole MP3 thing going on. Let's get rid of MP3s.
Well, just don't charge more for fucking, because when you send a track to a distributor, you don't send an MP3. You send a WAV.
You send a
so
WAV.
It's like, why are you paying more for the original file that got sent when they're the ones that have to convert it to an MP3 file? I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. Whatever. But a big question, obviously, right now, coronavirus and all this shit going on. You just got back from over there, and you're doing some
over
things.
there, as in Europe.
Yeah. I mean, you did the Senso live stream, but it's looking like every day it seems like it's just getting, our time frame's just expanding greater and greater. What are some things that you are going to be doing to stay proactive in the scene and kind of on your brand, and also stay creative? Because can't really go anywhere. Fortunately, the beach for both of us is right across the street, and we can go surf. But going to rock climbing gyms ain't happening. I mean, you can go outside, but which you'll probably do. But still, even if they get more strict, then what? You know what I mean? It's gonna be
Yeah,
fucking
I
crazy.
mean, we have at the house.
Yeah.
We have like a little mini setup so we can train. At least we can get like a little workout in. We have the trail right over here, so we can go for a run. Obviously, we can go surf right
Yeah.
here. But creatively, I think I do my best work when I don't see people.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I like working at night. I like not seeing anybody. Like
Yeah.
I'm not an introvert, but I'm not an extrovert.
Yeah.
So I can relate to both ends of the spectrum. So
Yeah.
for me, I have a lot of shit and gear and new software that I
Yeah.
haven't touched.
Yeah.
Like I just got hooked up with a bunch of new shit and I just haven't had the time to unpack it all
Yeah.
and learn it
Yeah.
and just fuck with it. So
And
like
now you do.
now I do. I might not. I know I have to write some tracks. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
a lot of time I'm gonna spend just wrapping my head around things. Obviously, I'm just trying to set the new studio up, so I'm gonna try to get all the wiring done.
Yeah.
So it's just firing.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I got a bunch of new stuff from Isotope.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to touch it.
Yeah.
Haven't had any time to play with it. Some new beta stuff too. I got new gear.
Yeah.
Can't wait to touch. Haven't played with it.
And how often do you find that when you're learning new things about your hardware, or just a new plugin or something, that like you, for some reason, are just more creative and you just like come up with tracks all the time in the midst of learning things? Does that happen to you?
Yeah, no, I think, I mean, it's like so cliche. Once again, it's about the journey, not the
Yeah.
destination, you know? So as you're learning a software, you're on that journey.
Yeah.
And a lot of happy accidents are happening
Yeah.
because you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And as long as you have that record button on, like you're going to have some good shit happen. Like a lot of my favorite records are accidents,
Yeah.
you know? Not like complete, like fucking,
Yeah.
oh my God, what the fuck is this? Fucking, wow, what did you do? I made a fucking record.
Yeah. Whoa. How'd
No,
that
I
happen?
had an idea and it just kind of like, I was
Yeah.
like, well, I didn't mean that to happen, but it does kind of sound tight.
Yeah,
And then
like,
you send
fuck,
it out,
oh,
people are
that's-
like, fuck, this is dope.
Yeah. 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 Speaking of which,
know?
didn't you just move finally over to Ableton?
Yeah, so the new studio setup is only Ableton. I did not, it's a new computer.
Yeah.
It's not new, it's older, but it's not been touched.
Yeah.
And I made a pack to myself, which I think I might break just to have a couple of the filters on Logic that I want. But I haven't downloaded Logic. It's purely Ableton. And I have my old studio computer, which maybe during this quarantine time, I'm actually going to try to wrap up all the old tracks on it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I have about 60% finished tracks that probably once I go back and listen to them, of the 30, maybe 10 are going to be dope.
Yeah.
And I'll wrap those up. But I can't wait to move completely to Ableton because it's just so much more creative.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I love Logic. I
Yeah.
love Logic to death. It's one of my favorites. I mean, I grew up on Ableton
Yeah.
from the early, stages, and I moved to Logic because Logic sounded better.
Yeah.
Logic legitimately.
No, Logic 9 sounded.
The master bus
Yeah.
of Logic 9 blew what Ableton was doing
Yeah.
at the time out of the water.
Yeah. I used to bounce out of Ableton.
Do you want another beer?
I'm all right. I used to bounce out of Ableton and then put it in Logic and just bounce it directly out of Logic, just because, for whatever reason, the algorithm at that time just sounded fucking so good. Better than Ableton did. Now, I don't know, but I think they're pretty much the same at this point, or very, so hard to say. But for sure, Logic 9 sounded amazing.
I think they've kind of matched now.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to move back
Yeah.
to Ableton.
Yeah.
What stalled me was the master bus out.
Yeah.
And then once they I remember one time I heard it and I was like, damn, this shit sounds just like Logic 9.
Yeah.
And they're on Logic X now, but
Yeah.
I think the latest Ableton,
Yeah.
it
It
stacks
sounds
up.
great.
It stacks up.
It sounds
perfect.
great. Yeah, totally.
And then you add in just the flexibility when it comes to the wiring, the routing.
And all the point plugins that you can use. Most people are doing audio unit and
You don't want a beer.
VST. No, I'm all right.
Are you sure?
I'll probably take one.
I just got 2 beers, so
I saw that.
Well, you can think about it.
Yeah.
But no, I can't wait because just the simple things
Yeah.
like running MIDI out to an external instrument and then running the audio back in. It's just so easy.
Yeah.
Like in Logic 9, dude, that was a nightmare.
Really?
Dude.
And it always fucking froze and crashed.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
And they just, what I did not understand about Logic 9, because when I first started making music, I learned both Logic and Ableton. And there was definitely some things in Logic that I liked for sure. But the one thing I did not understand was why it would always crash. But Apple never did anything about it. It was just like a known thing. It was like, oh yeah, Logic crashes, just make sure you save a lot because it crashes all the time. But it's like, what?
For me, it hasn't really ever crashed that much. And I just thought that was one thing about Logic 9. Obviously, they have Logic X now, which they fixed it now. Routing MIDI into external audio is super easy.
Yeah.
But before that, like, I just didn't even do it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, fuck it, I'm gonna have to figure out how to play it on the actual synth.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to just run MIDI notes into it because I just can't figure it out.
Yeah.
It wasn't. You could watch a YouTube video and do it, but I was just too lazy.
Yeah.
And so with Ableton, it's always been easy.
Yeah. It's so easy.
And now, they have not now, but like they have the Max for Live, which is insane.
Max for Live. I'll send you some new devices that I just got. They're fucking awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Are you on 10?
Yeah. I'm on the beta program.
I'm still on the Ableton one before that.
9?
Yeah. I think. I don't even know, actually. I think, 9.
They're very similar. There's a
No, I remember looking at the upgrade, and then I just went to do it, and then I just forgot about it.
yeah. But I mean,
But the upgrade with Max for Live looks dope.
Well,
It's integrated
Max for
now.
Live. Well, yeah. So, yeah, that's the big thing is it's actually part of it now. Versus before, it was its own separate sort of. It was connected but separate.
Yeah.
But now it's actually part of it. But
That's awesome.
Max for Live, yeah, it's great. I mean, like and some of the devices, you're just like, fuck, this is awesome.
Yeah, the community they have, it's kind of like Reactor, the Reactor community, where
Yeah.
everyone's kind of just putting out these
Yeah.
dope ass fucking instruments.
Yeah.
So, yeah, dude, I'm super excited. I can't wait. My plan was by this year to be full Ableton, but dude, I have so many old records I need to finish. So, by 2021, I'm fully in the new studio.
Yeah.
Full Ableton. The old laptop will be retired.
Yeah.
Mark my words.
Finally.
I can't wait. Yeah.
But the thing is also is it doesn't necessarily matter what DAW you use because it also depends on your setup. And if you're like me, just almost everything's just recorded audio, then it's like at that point it just it's whatever you.
Well, at that point, if you're using that much analog gear, it really comes down to your DA or your AD,
Yeah.
your converter, because you can record it into anything.
Yeah.
I mean, but if you're not getting that good quality out of the instrument,
Yeah.
like you can tell the difference.
Yeah.
When you play a Moog through a Motu Ultralight or something, and you record it, and then you play that same Moog through an Antelope,
Yeah.
an Apogee,
Yeah.
even a UAD,
Yeah.
you can tell the difference.
Yeah.
You can hear the difference in that.
It's a much richer sound.
It's richer.
Yeah.
There's more body. Certain certain interfaces have better low. Like for me, I love Apogee. Apogee is my favorite.
Yeah.
It's not the most crispy. Like Antelope is crispy as fuck.
Yeah.
But then you hear an Apogee and it has this body.
Yeah.
It's got the curves.
Yeah.
It's like sexy
Yeah.
and it has like this good low end.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like what you're trying to get,
Yeah.
what you're recording.
Yeah.
But I think like for you playing like a lot of analog, it's important to invest in that
Yeah.
more so than, something else.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. My PreSonus is pretty good. It's
What do you have?
It's a PreSonus 16R. So they have their newest line of mixers in like hybrid studio mixer / interfaces is they have a rack mount version and then they have a full mixer version. The whole mixer version, they're exactly the same. It's just the rack mount just uses a software version of the mixer itself. But I mean, it's really easy. It's got more than enough inputs for everything. And
That's the thing.
Yeah,
for
for
me,
me,
it's all
that's
about inputs.
yeah.
Because I don't use a mixer. I don't have
Yeah.
I don't need to send anything.
yeah,
I just need to be able to fucking record
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
at once.
yeah,
Like I want to be able to jam
yeah,
and just hit record
yeah,
and everything's going in.
Yeah.
And it's sounding nice, you know, because especially because I feel like my music is quite simple. So I feel like every element I want it to be spicy, you know.
yeah. You're not hiding anything through layers.
I can't
and layers.
hide anything,
Yeah.
you know. So it's like I want it
Yeah.
to sound good. I want it to sound nasty. I want it to sound fat,
Yeah,
you know. So
yeah,
yeah, right now I'm looking for something, the
Yeah.
next step, but fucking dude, it's a never ending hole, right?
No, it isn't. It just does not end, and it's just and then it's
If you
like
want to have money, don't make music.
or make pop music. But yeah, it just seems like as soon as you're set on something, something else comes in, and you're just like, fuck.
That's the other problem too, and that's another reason. If Antelope, if you're fucking listening, man, you guys just discontinue all your products, straight to legacy, no support. Come on, boys. Like, dude, like, I want support on some shit. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like they just kind of like every year, 2 years, there's something new.
Yeah,
Obviously, conversion's gonna get better. Obviously, there's gonna be
Yeah.
doper stuff. You know,
Yeah.
obviously, you're gonna be able to push it louder. But it's
Yeah.
like, man, no one has enough money to just be like, oh, I just spent $3,000 on.
Oh,
an
here's another
interface.
$4,000 for
I
another
gotta
one.
buy the new one. It's
Yeah.
$4,000.
Yeah,
You know, but I can't sell the old one for nearly as much.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a lie.
Depends.
Interfaces sometimes hold their value pretty
dude,
well.
UAD still fucking expensive.
Well, UAD holds their value because they support.
Yeah,
They have great support. They don't legacy anything.
Yeah.
They really work like their software. Customer support is awesome.
yeah,
Like it's not my favorite just because of their model.
yeah,
Like I feel like it's just you're constantly buying things,
Mhm.
which I don't want to do.
hmm
But other than that, man, they're like, as a company, they're fantastic. Like
Yeah.
if you want reliability,
yeah,
that's where you go.
yeah, totally. So, as we're nearing the end of this,
How many hours do you go?
we're almost at 2.
Fuck. I mean,
I mean, I can just keep going. I'm never ending.
I don't mind if we keep chatting, but I'm gonna have to smoke some more.
I was gonna fire off some quick fire questions here.
All right, let me hit this real quick. Wow, the sun, dude. Perfect lighting in here.
I know, minus those little dark moments. Hopefully, those don't
I don't think.
look too bad.
All right, let's hear it.
Hold on, add a couple more.
I knew we should have got a 12 pack.
I told you, and you said no. Okay.
Dude, did you see Hillary Clinton's tweet about Donald Trump?
No, I did not.
Oh, I LOL'd. It was so funny.
Was it-
She said, "Don't take medical advice from a guy who stares at a solar eclipse."
That's fair.
Is that what she said? I think that's what she said. Yeah,
That's fair.
it was. I don't support. I mean, I don't want to get political,
Yeah.
but you know, she's fucking. Everyone's full of shit
They're
these
all
days.
crooks. Yeah,
They're all crooks, but I laughed.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Comedy's comedy. You know. Okay.
That's one thing that pisses me off. Actually, is comedy is one outlet for people to just kind of laugh at all of our insecurities.
Yeah. And now it's becoming too.
and now it's become too polarized.
Yeah,
Because
too
whatever you
politic-
say, which might have been a good thing, because now comedians really got to do their work. So some of the new material you're hearing it's on that edge.
Yeah, I feel like there's there was a lot of cheap shots that were just funny, and so if you had a funny way of presenting that, it just worked. But the actual subject itself is just so rinsed. So now they have to actually be creative and come up with funnier things, which I agree.
Yeah, they can't just rely on the typical kind of racist
Dick jokes and racist
stabs
dick jokes. Yeah,
and
whatever.
dick jokes
Yeah.
and tit jokes and
Yeah.
fuck jokes and
Yeah,
stuff.
they actually gotta. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
Number 1, favorite local coffee joint.
You know this. I don't drink coffee. Oh, but if I had to go to one to buy things other than coffee, it would obviously be al cappuccino. Al cappuccino.
Almond power smoothie.
Even though
Try it.
Mr. Lee is gonna kill me because I haven't been in there in like 9 months.
I have a memory of us going in there.
No, next time I go in there is gonna be. Yeah.
That place is awesome though, and I love supporting it because not only is it just a great spot to go, but the product is great. They have some of the best coffee. Although I did just find someone.
No, Mr. Lee. Sometimes your coffee fucking sucks.
I like the
Sometimes he doesn't. He's usually good, but I mean, if you want the real coffee, because these guys at Vacancy do a legit coffee.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Totally.
But Mr. Lee is known more to me for his like little sandwiches and his almond butter power.
I like the
wow.
His almond power smoothie is just next level.
Fucking, it's like a nut in your pants.
It's so good. I do like the coffee though. I think it's pretty good. They have this one. It's the macadamia nut coffee, or it's the Kona. I don't know. It's great. But I just found a spot down the street from my house that might rival it.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about it. Don't be a traitor.
No, I'm not.
Just because you live in Huntington Beach now. Fucking Huntington Beach, literally.
Bro,
left Newport for Huntington. Fuck you.
My lifted truck's outside, dude.
Yeah, you got your tank top on, your rainbow sandals.
Yeah. My black fly sunglasses.
Actually, you know what? Black Flies is coming back, kind of like Arnett too. Arnett got Post Malone to be like their new face of the brand or whatever.
Just crazy.
Yeah, how the fuck they get that happen?
Probably just got in at the right time. And just
Probably
Post
Malone rocked Arnett's when he was a kid.
Yeah. And they got him when he was like kind of cool but not huge. And so he was like, "Oh, cool sunglasses."
I don't know. I feel like it was kind of recent though. I feel like they got him when he was huge. Maybe I don't know.
I don't really follow him, but
all right. Next question.
Okay. Since you're currently smoking a joint, what's your favorite kind of weed?
It has to be an indica.
Interesting.
Recently, I don't like to feel weird or high. I don't enjoy being high per se, but I enjoy relaxing. I enjoy chilling.
Yeah.
This is an indica.
I enjoyed chilling.
I enjoy chilling. Like, I feel like what we do. It sounds all cool being a DJ and stuff, but like, I literally sit in front of a computer all day with a mouse in my hands.
Yeah, there's not much difference between us and like people that work in IT.
Yeah, I'm just touching a couple more buttons in there.
Yeah.
But no, but for real, what was the question? Indica, indica. Like right now, I'm smoking. It's actually kind of funny. It's called Larry OG. It's a Larry OG.
It's an OG. Okay.
But one that I really like is the Supreme OG Kush. Is like, dude, can't beat it. One of my favorites. Any kind of Kush, any kind of indica, like just something like that.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to chill.
Yeah, it has its place for me, but I hate when I smoke it and then my friends are like, "Oh, let's go do something." I'm like, "No, that's the exact opposite of what I want to do."
Yeah, I don't smoke weed to go out and do things.
Yeah,
I smoke weed to sit inside and order takeaway. You know, I'm not gonna like be like, yo, let's smoke a joint and then go bang out fucking 5 miles. Like some people literally live on. I have a rule with marijuana. Like I don't smoke all day. People think I'm.
No.
People think I'm like super fucking stony.
No, I can't. There's too much to do, and like for the most part, I'm sober. Like I barely smoke. I rarely drink anymore. Like I just don't. I don't give a shit about it. I will every now and then. But for the most part, I just don't give a shit about it. And it's like, I prefer being like sharp, you know? Okay.
Yeah, there's like that rule.
Yeah.
There's like the rule where you don't smoke before 4:20 every day, which is actually really good for me because
I've never heard that, but I like that.
I'm up quite early every day. I wake up pretty early. So by 4:20, my day's dusted, man. Like I've already done 12 hours, not 12 hours, almost. I've probably been up almost 11 hours. So by 4:20, I'll roast one and then think about dinner.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or I'll roast one and hit the studio.
Okay, well, so since you just mentioned it, favorite takeaway from here?
Fuck, man. Favorite takeaway. If I'm baked, there's a spot called Madi Thai.
I've never been there, but I've been wanting to go there for so fucking long.
So I've never tried anything there other than the pad thai noodles.
Mm.
And for some reason, when I'm fucking stoned, those pad thai noodles hit the spot.
Well, pad thai is just fucking great anyways.
I love pad thai, but
There's
I've had a
specific-
lot of shitty pad thais.
Yeah.
And this pad thai just fucking smashes them all. Like,
For a while, that place had 5 stars on Yelp.
really?
Yeah, I think more people have found out about it, and they've not gotten as good of. They're still at like 4 stars, but still, I've been wanting to try that place for a long time.
As a stony vibe, I like to go there.
Yeah.
Or I just walk down the street to this Eat Chow, and I get something at Eat Chow.
That place is bomb. It's a good place to have friends.
And now, where the Big Belly Deli used to be, they just opened
a new spot.
It's called Tide Pools.
Yeah, isn't it the same owner?
No. Different younger dude bought it who's super cool. I fucking
Big Belly Deli used to be so fucking good.
Dude, Big Belly Deli used to be the jam.
It was so good.
Fuck, bro. Dude, I used to eat there all the time when I was a Grom. And then it went to absolute shit, dude. Literally.
And then they changed the
so
name.
bad.
Yeah, and then they changed the name and didn't do anything, and then they changed it back.
Yeah, then they called it like 6310 Deli or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But dude, Troy, I think his name's Troy.
Okay.
Anyway, it's just him, it's his spot. And dude, if you've never had Tide Pools, go check out Tide Pools.
What kind of food is it?
It's the same thing, deli sandwiches.
okay.
They got beers, they got wine.
Nice.
And they got appetizers. They got like not artichoke, but they do that kind of. They do a bunch of cool little
that one place we went that one time is also bomb. Saigon Beach.
Saigon Beach too. That was one thing that I found. Yeah,
Yeah. Dude, have you ever been to Da Hawaiian?
I've been to Hawaiian many times.
Best mac salad I've ever had in my life.
Well, yeah, that mac salad's
It's
fire.
fucking so
And they do
good.
those dirty ribs. If you ever had the ribs, try the
no.
ribs. They do legit
The
ribs.
short rib.
Yeah, they
Or
do
the
it-
actual bone, like.
They do a short rib. I think it's a short rib. I think it's a short rib with the macaroni salad and the rice, something like this.
It's fucking insane.
My only problem with Hawaiian spots is they all charge way too much money. Every Hawaiian spot I go to is like $15.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's not like a ton, but
Bro, it's a scoop of rice, a hamburger patty, fucking an
Yeah.
egg, and some gravy.
Like, how is that
It's fucking
18
delicious.
bucks?
Don't
Like,
get me
how-
wrong. It's amazing.
like,
but
how
it's-
is that $18? You're like, how is that spam musubi $7? It's spam and spam musubi.
I could go to the grocery store and buy the shit to make 10 of these and still be
Yeah.
less.
Maybe it's just because they don't have as many customers.
Yeah.
So they got to charge more to stay in business.
But hey, the quality is good enough. It's not like L&L.
You don't like L&O?
I did, and I still.
And then you had the Hawaiian.
Well, I just went to L&L not that long ago, and it was not good.
Didn't do it for you?
No, but that place, low key secret, they used to have some of the best hamburgers.
L&O.
Yes,
I didn't know
I
that.
swear to God.
Huh.
Like, you know how Del Taco has like low key like great cheeseburgers.
Yeah, well, Del Taco, my favorite thing there is the burgers and their chili cheese fries.
Oh my God. Cannot be.
The chili cheese
There's
fries.
2 types of people. There's Taco Bell people, or there's Del Taco people, and fucking psychopaths, bro. There's no comparison between.
Well, and when I went to high school, the place where if anyone was gonna fight, if anyone was gonna have a fight, if there was a fight going down, someone got a new car, like a new Chevy Blazer or a new Honda Civic, or if there was a party going on, no matter what, you go to the Del Taco off 17th Street in Newport Boulevard, and there'd be at least like fucking 5 Toyota Scions in the parking lot. There'd be like more emo kids than you've ever seen. Just as many Mexicans and a bunch of dumb white people from fucking Newport Harbor.
Yeah.
All just kicking it. It was like the weirdest thing. People doing cocaine in the bathroom, getting fucked up. And like every Friday night, Saturday night, there'd be a fight in the parking lot. When they used to have the trees there and Tower Breakfast in there, there'd always be a fight. And you just kind of post up, you'd eat your burrito, and you'd just be like, who's going to fight tonight? You'd just be like, oh, fuck, I'm gonna choose the fucking fat redheaded kid.
God, high school, what a time. Fuck.
Dude, yeah, Del Taco has some crazy memories. And
Dude, the Del Taco by my house that we used to go to used to do the same shit.
yeah, Del Taco was like the place. They didn't go to Taco Bell. Everyone went to Del Taco.
No. And it was cheap enough that kids could go there and get something and be like satisfied.
Yeah.
And it was
you
like
could spend $5 and you'd be like,
or less, $2, $3, and be like, get like two bean, like, burritos and a taco, dude, full.
yeah, it'd be like $3.50,
Yeah,
and you were killing it.
bean and cheese with red sauce.
And then if you were lucky, there was someone in the bathroom doing blow, and you'd just fucking walk in and get a free line.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, my buddy, I have an old video of him doing a line off the toilet seat in Del Taco. It's absolutely disgusting.
Oh God, I can't even imagine that right now. Favorite beer? We're drinking Pacifico, but is that your actual favorite?
Man, there's so many beers out there, but if I had to have a daily beer
Right now.
I'd go Pacifico.
Okay.
I'd go Pacifico. More recently, I got into the Corona Premiers, like we were talking about.
Yeah.
I don't like normal Coronas, but Corona Premiers, nice.
Okay, fair.
But if I was having a party and someone goes, you get to choose the beers, I would say Pacifico.
You know what I'm really into right now, which I don't know. Miller Lite.
Interesting.
I dig it.
Why?
I don't know. It's just light. It's easy to drink, and
I used to like Miller High Life.
oh God.
At Avalon Bar, they had the fucking brown bag special, the $5 brown bag special.
Oh man.
And if we would go in there and you'd drink 2 of those
Be fucked.
and you'd be fucked.
Because they're so big.
They're fucking big boys, and you just have a bag and you finish it. It's literally $5. You give them a $5 bill, and you have a drink that lasted you an hour.
Oh man.
And then you go back and you get another one, and by then you're fucking rowdy.
Oh yeah.
And then when that night is over, you walk across the street to Alejandro's, and it was literally, if you rode your bike, it was a $15 night out. Friday night, imagine going out on a Friday night and spending $15 and having an amazing time.
Yeah.
Where can you do that now?
No.
You can't.
I haven't been at man. I played a gig at Avalon Bar once.
Dude, I played there so long ago. Man, it was horrible.
Yeah, it was not great for us either.
No, but there was a time when like Justice, that Ed Banger style, New Young Pony Club, right when Dance came out, that DANCE track, that Avalon would fucking pop. Dude,
Really?
you go there on a Wednesday. The Wednesdays there were the night. Wednesday was the biggest night. This was before Le Cave.
Wow.
And then Brendan launched Le Cave.
Uh-huh.
And I think people were ready for a change.
Yeah. That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, before Le Cave Wednesdays in Costa Mesa, it was Avalon Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
And Avalon Wednesdays were so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that was the first time I was like, oh, we're gonna go out and like pull chicks. like what? We're gonna go pull chicks?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go fucking drink fucking Miller High Lifes in a brown bag and pull chicks. What? Thinking back on it is so lame.
But so epic at the same time. Okay. Favorite place to surf? Like, okay, now, not convenience out of the question, or out of the picture.
So I'm not talking about right across the
Yeah,
here.
exactly. Purely just favorite place to surf. Not best, but favorite. Because the best is, we already know what the best is.
Well, my favorite place I've probably surfed in terms of the whole just experience all around, like chilling, beers, beach, is probably Bali.
What about in California?
In California, if I had to choose a place in California, it has to be Lowers. It has to be. I'm a goofy foot.
Yeah.
The left at Lowers to me is like...
Still waiting for you to fucking...
Since I was a kid, that wave was always been my favorite wave. The left at Lowers, because it's shorter.
Yeah.
Not as many people are trying to get it. And
But it's good.
It's got a little wedge section kind of inside. And it's a super easy paddle out.
Yeah.
And it's the best place to paddle in.
Yeah.
So I always go left at Lowers. I like go to Lowers. I just find the one dude that is always going right, and I go sit right next to him. And every time he's paddling to go right, I paddle right next to him, and I try to go left.
Yeah.
And
I've had some great sessions at Lowers with like hardly anyone out. I'm not gonna say what time or day it is because I don't want people to go there.
I had a sesh there, me and Rob Ardell, only us, and it was probably 8 to 10 foot faces.
No.
Pumping. That morning we all drove down there. We got dropped off by like Rob's parents or something. We were young. And and it's so windy. It's so shitty.
Yeah.
It's fucking so bad, but it's big.
Yeah. But you're pumped because it's
We're
lowers.
pumped because we're like fucking young. It's like me, Rob,
Bro,
Chad.
we're at lowers, dude.
Yeah, we're at
Chad
Lower.
Watt?
Chad Watt. And we get down there and we all paddle out just psyching, and
Yeah.
it fucking sucked, dude. It was so bad. It was so bad, but it was big.
Yeah.
It was solid.
Yeah.
You know, it's like triple overhead for us. And we paddle in, we paddle back out, and then as we're surfing, this like one random dude paddles out. And I remember it because he like looked like Wardo. He was like super blonde, kind of ripped. And we're sitting out there, and the sun starts coming out. And like the sun like fully parts through the clouds, and within like 15 minutes, it's pure glass. Fucking literally 8 to 10 foot A-frames. Like just the best lowers I've ever seen.
Wow.
And it's me, Chad had paddled in, me and Rob, and this random dude. And then Rob was fucking, we'd surfed all morning. So
Yeah.
Rob's like, I'm going to go in and chill for a second and then paddle
Yeah.
back out. So it's just me and this dude who I don't even know sharing the best lowers I've
Yeah.
ever seen, dude. And he's regular, so he's going on every right. And I'm just going on the lefts.
He's probably fucking pumped as well.
So he's pumped, I'm pumped. And it was so magical, dude.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that
Yeah.
day, actually.
I actually had a very similar experience at 15th Street. Went there with my friends. My dad was there. He was gonna film. And he was just like he'd just like to go to the beach while we'd surf, read the newspaper or whatever. And it was cold. It was like stormy. And he's like, "I'm going the fuck home." It's like, "Fuck, like no, don't leave." But like I also understood. And then literally like 15 minutes after he left, it switched howling offshore. That was the first time I actually saw like a perfect wave. And I was just like, got sunny. I was like, what the fuck just happened? And yeah, same thing. I'll never forget that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, man, there's certain sessions. For me, yeah, that's the spot lowers.
Yeah. Favorite UFC fighter?
Ooh. Favorite UFC fighter. So there's many divisions within the UFC. But if I had to choose one of my favorite fighters,
When I say UFC, who's the first person you think of?
Tony Ferguson.
Interesting.
100% Tony Ferguson. I love Tony Ferguson. He's like the most cringy, but like he's just such a savage.
Yeah.
He's such a badass. I'd have to say Tony Ferguson. And then second, I can't even. More recently, there's a dude named Israel Adesanya.
Mm-hmm.
His nickname Stylebender. Adesanya's a badass.
Yeah.
Fucking love Adesanya. This new kid, Sugar Shane O'Malley. He's a fucking savage.
I've heard of him.
Sugar Shane is dope. I think that kid's gonna he's sick. He's so dope. He actually streams a bunch on Twitch. He's like a gamer.
Really?
But yeah, kid's young. He's a beast. But if I had to choose one fighter, man, like the fighter I want to see just fight, it's Tony Ferguson. Like if someone says to me he's fighting, I'm tuning in.
Yeah.
Like, there's no questions.
Yeah.
McGregor is a fucking badass. Like no matter what anyone says about Conor.
That last fight that he had against the guy, Cowboy,
yeah, Cowboy.
that was a great match. Like
The whole 20 seconds of it.
well, I mean, a great matchup. I should have said like they were like very like even like.
I thought it was gonna
Yeah.
last a lot longer.
I only saw a little bit of it when I was eating because I had it playing, but
That's all you could have seen. It was only literally a 30-second fight.
well, I was like fucking in there trying to pound some food before I had to get out of there. But like in terms of just matchup, similar height, similar weight, like similar like reach and stuff. I was like, they kind of even looked similar. Like I was like, shit, this looks like it's gonna be a good one. But Connor just beat his ass or what?
I was super psyched for that fight, and I thought it was going to be a big fight because Cowboy is a savage.
Yeah.
Connor just came out like fucking, dude, he was just flow state.
Was that his first fight since?
It was his first fight since losing to Khabib.
That's right. Okay.
And then his only fight prior to that his previous fight was Floyd Mayweather.
I still can't believe that fucking happened.
Crazy, right?
Props
and the
to
crazy
Conor.
part is this. Floyd ended up toward the end of the fight piecing him up.
Yeah.
But Connor was fucking.
He was in there
holding
for
his
what, like
own.
9 rounds?
Yeah, with the best to ever, supposedly the best to have ever done it. When I saw that
Who
fight,
knocks people out within the first like 30 seconds? Like,
no, Floyd's a he's like a he's a decision guy. He just has such crazy technique and defense that like he just fights to decisions because he doesn't really have knockout power. Connor has knockout power.
yeah.
And Floyd was just playing it safe. Floyd was actually getting beat in some of the rounds, but I mean, obviously Floyd is a way better boxer than Connor.
Of course.
But Connor held his own.
Yeah. Amazing.
And then Connor went and fought Habib and got beat, and then now he fought Cowboy and he smoked Cowboy. And
Crazy.
yeah. But the next fight, the biggest fight I think ever in the UFC history is a rematch between Conor and Habib. But Habib's next fight is Tony Ferguson. And to me, this fight is going to be the sickest fight if this fucking coronavirus does not fuck it up. Because they've tried to make this fight 4 times.
Wow.
And it's been canceled 4 times.
Speaking of which, did you see, what's his name? The Gypsy, what's his name? Gypsy King?
Oh, Tyson Fury.
Yeah, did you watch that fight?
Against Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it.
What'd you think?
Well, I think Fury is the superior boxer.
Uh-huh.
He is a superior boxer.
Yeah.
The only reason there was a rematch is because Deontay Wilder fucking cleaned his clock in the first match, even though Tyson was smoking him the whole fight, and it ended in a draw. I think it ended in a draw.
Mm-hmm.
And but if you watch the fight, you're like, Tyson's the boxer. But Deontay Wilder, the power he's got in his hand is so retarded that like
He got that one shot that gave him like vertigo almost, right? Like ruptured his eardrum.
in this last fight.
Yeah, and that's why he was like all fucking just out of sorts.
Supposedly. I didn't really read into it too much, but he did take a big shot to the temple/ear.
Yeah.
But the problem with Deontay Wilder, man, is if he hits you, you're done.
Yeah.
And that's what happened in that first fight. Is even though Tyson stood up, which was so savage, but this rematch, Tyson's he's just
Man, not too long after I watched the Tyson Fury fight, I saw kind of like a highlight reel of Mike Tyson. That was a different ball game back then.
well, he was the most feared fighter. He was the most feared
Well,
fighter, but here's the problem with Tyson is everyone was scared of him.
Yeah.
And then fucking Evander comes along. And he's like, nah, I ain't scared of you. And he fucking beat him.
But still, not even just Tyson, but the people he would fight, that it was like a decent fight. It's like both of them were hitting so hard and so fast. Whereas I feel like now I just don't see that. Like same type of like just what's the word?
Well, I feel back then people sat in the pocket and banged harder.
Yeah, it was just a full on like slugfest.
Now
It's just like
now-
raw, just like what's the word I'm thinking of? Just like rage.
Well, Tyson's the power he had was so insane. It would just.
I think with him, a lot of people they just wanted to win. They wanted to knock you out. He wanted to like actually fucking hurt you, and just what an animal.
Yeah, man.
Okay, now one of the biggest questions: favorite comedian.
Favorite comedian.
Because we send a lot of shit back and forth.
Man. I mean, if I had to. There's so many new good kids now.
That one guy that you sent me.
I like that Sam Morril guy.
Yes, that guy.
He's
that
great.
That guy's fucking hilarious.
He's
I love
hilarious.
him.
He just put out a new special,
I
actually.
know. I watched it. Did you see the clip where he was talking about how he did the alligator eating a baby at Disneyland joke?
No.
Okay, so you got to watch it. But he does a little skit about how he was at the Comedy Cellar, and not too long before that, a baby had just died at Disney World. It got eaten by an alligator.
Wait. It really got eaten at Disney World.
This is what he said, and I didn't look it up, but this is what he's saying, and I think he's real. I don't know. I don't have no reason to not think it's true. But so he was telling a joke, and this lady is like appalled. She like starts like fucking like talking shit to him, and he just winds her the fuck up. But then she like even emails like the management of the Comedy Cellar, and just the fucking email that she sent to the Comedy Cellar is so funny. Like I'll send it to you. It's really funny. But point is, that guy delivery. Amazing.
Yeah, his delivery is amazing. Then there's the other guy. God, I'm gonna butcher his name right now, but it's like Fahim Anwar or something.
Yes. Yeah.
Something like this.
Yeah, that guy's
Dude,
fucking hilarious.
His
as well.
linguistics and his impersonations are so ridiculous.
He's an LA guy too.
Is he?
Yeah.
Dude, he kills me.
Yeah. No,
every
he's so
time.
good.
So
Do you like? I've kind of gotten into Jeff Dye. Do you know who that is?
No, I don't know.
He's
who
this
it
like
is.
goofy white dude, but he's like that kid that like he was your friend in high school who like he was such a good kid, but he would also somehow get away with doing some of the dumbest shit you've ever seen. Like that's who I equate him to. You know, like
Okay,
I had a friend, and this is a real story. We were in science class. I think we were taking a test.
What's his name?
I think what you said,
Something
Fahim
like
Anwar,
this.
something like that. I don't
Something
know.
like that.
Sorry. He's a really great comedian. But anyways, I'm in science class. We're taking a test. It's fucking dead quiet. You know what I mean? No. We're not taking a test. The teacher is teaching, right? We're taking notes. No one's talking, but he's like talking, right? Writing on the fucking whiteboard and just fucking, it's this fucking, my friend threw a fucking action figure at the fucking whiteboard while the teacher was fucking writing on it. And the teacher stopped, looked, and then went back to writing, and he just like looked at my friend and was just like, only you could do that. If I did that, I would have been suspended like right away. Like they would have fucking turned around and seen me throw it. But this is the kid that somehow was able to get away with all that shit, and that's what Jeff Dye reminds me of.
Jeff Dye.
Yeah,
I'll have to check him out.
he's so
Jeff
goofy.
Dye.
He's so goofy, but he's so funny at the same time.
Another guy is, I forget his name, but he's huge. Steve Byrne, I think. Steve Byrne? Yeah, check him out. Steve Byrne. I think it's Byrne. Check him out. And
Is that
there's
the Asian guy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
like
super sassy.
Yes, he seems. Yeah, he's like
He gets fucking buck on stage.
wears his suit, but
Yeah,
yeah,
he wears a
just,
suit, but he's just savage.
dude, that guy's for sure got like unbridled rage. Just sit like at it constantly at
Well,
a
he's also
simmer.
an actor too. He has a TV show,
Is he?
I think. Yeah, he's in like a sitcom. I think. I'm pretty positive.
That guy's hilarious.
He's
for sure.
hilarious. There's
Yeah.
another dude named Sebastian something.
Sebastian Maniscalco.
Is that the guy?
Super Italian guy. Yeah,
But
he's from LA.
He's so just explosive. Oh my god.
I've seen him perform live, and he's so funny.
He's huge now.
No, he's massive. I saw
Yeah.
him open for Joe Rogan at the fucking.
He wears like
improv.
super Italian.
Yeah, but he's
always walking
yeah,
around like all
he's-
sexy.
But he's from LA as well. Yeah,
His mannerisms are like overly
that's-
explosive.
but it's like it's so overdone, but at the same time, like
It
it's so
works.
it's so instantly like that's exactly what you see in other people. Where like it's
Did you see his one about how he goes over to like he goes
Takes
over
his
to
shoes
a,
off?
a family party and he takes his shoes off. And he sees like, yeah, one dude had a fucking bunion on his toe. It's just fucking staring at me, and a bunch of grown men hanging out in their socks. But like, it doesn't sound
No.
funny, but the way he delivers
No,
it is
it's insane.
so brutal.
Yeah. Or the one where he had to go to his new neighbor's house, and his new neighbor was wearing a mask or something. He's like, first of all, what's with the mask? Like, what is going on here? Like, what the fuck are you doing? What? How many bodies you got?
He's so just like, there's so much interaction
yeah,
happening.
yeah.
And for me, that is like, he's a master.
No, he's crushed it, and he was also in. Did you see The Irishman?
He was in that.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, he's in it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a long movie. That movie's fucking 3.5 hours long.
Yeah, maybe one day I'll have a year to watch it.
I started watching it at my cousin's house. Went home.
Finish.
Started watching more of it. And I'm like, I've been watching this for like an hour and a half. What the fuck? And I look, and there's still literally like an hour and a half left. I'm like, holy shit.
It's like a little mini movie.
Yeah, I can't. It's need to be split up into 3 parts.
So that dude, Sebastian,
Yeah.
Another one I saw. I don't like all the stuff, but Chris D'Elia.
Yeah.
Sometimes he does
Yeah.
some funny shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not really my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Rogan isn't even really my cup of tea, actually. Dude, the new Chappelle special. Did you see this Chappelle
I loved
special?
it.
When he's wearing the green jumpsuit.
Yep.
Dude, it was fucking hilarious.
I loved it.
That was so good. It was polar. It was heavy.
Oh, yeah.
He tackled some intense subjects.
But he's like one of the only people that can do that.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like Chappelle's show, one of my favorite shows, like probably one of the most important shows I ever watched because it really, his level of comedy is so, like, it's so accessible but so high level at the same time.
Yeah.
But then also it was just like, all the skits were so memorable.
Well, my favorite Chappelle skit of all time was the Prince one.
Game
Shirts
of blouses.
versus blouses.
Would you like some pancakes? They're fresh, bitch.
Yeah. The Lake of Salamanca.
Oh, man. Okay, so 2 more questions for you. First off,
Wait, did I get... No, I don't...
you did.
My favorite comedian? What did I say?
Well, you gave a bunch. Okay, but if you had to, if I said, show me your favorite.
Oh, we left out the legend, the GOAT,
I mean,
Mitch Hedberg.
oh, true. I actually just watched a skit from him the other
Mitch
day. So
Hedberg,
good.
man.
What's the other guy's name? Shit.
For me,
Bill
it's
Hicks. Bill Hicks.
Okay, Bill Hicks. Yeah.
'Cause he's.
For me, it's Mitch Hedberg just because it's so simple.
I saw a
There's
lost.
no cussing.
Yeah.
There's no bullshit.
I saw a lost clip of him on the Letterman show.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Oh my god, bro, that's so fucking good.
Man, it's some of the most mind-numbing stuff you can watch, but it's so great. It's so simple.
It's so funny too.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's
You're like, I never thought about that. You're like, why are you staying at the DoubleTree Inn? I'm like, fucking, I don't know.
oh man, yeah, true. That's
Why is it Smokey the Bear and not Smokey the Frog? 2 bears. I forget what it was, actually. It was so good, though.
but it's yeah.
It's so good, and he delivers so many hits in one set.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just nonstop. It's
Yeah.
not like there's a whole build up and then a punchline.
Yeah.
It's like, it's punchline after punchline.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you come up with this? How could you do an hour special? You couldn't. You need like a year's worth of a normal comedy.
I mean,
comedian's jokes.
his most famous one is, I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to as well. But it's just like
It's not funny until he delivers it.
another funny one actually was he's like, why do people say here's a picture of me when I was younger? Every picture of you was when you were younger.
It's like it's so many
So
obvious
funny.
things that you just don't
Yeah,
think of.
it's purely delivery. It's like
Yeah.
it's absolutely amazing. Yeah. Okay, so last 2 questions here. We literally just pounded through that last. It was like an hour and 50 minutes, and now it's almost 2.5 hours. It's amazing.
Oh man, we're just fucking
great.
flowing right now.
So since you've kind of undergone this rebranding and relocation and sort of everything, and now you've kind of got your routines and such, has your daily routine changed? Because the last time we spoke, you're almost a different person at that point, and here you are now with this focused intention in mind. You've got these goals that you're trying to achieve, and you are achieving. What is your schedule like now? Like, what is your routine? Has it changed now that you're much more focused?
Yeah, no, it's definitely it comes down to, we've talked about this before, but if it's win the morning, you win the day.
Yeah.
And this is something I always struggled with. I was always pretty good about waking up early because I like to surf.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized a lot of my focus is in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been as disciplined as I would like, especially in Europe. I'm not as disciplined, but being back here, it feels normal waking up early.
Yeah.
And when I say early, I mean early. Like, waking up at 4 feels fine to me.
Yeah.
But like, but it's one of those things. Like, it is win the morning, get the endorphins flowing,
Yeah.
and you do win the day because I feel like if I'm not up early, it takes me till about, I would say, like 10 or 11 just to get the wheels rolling.
Yeah.
But if I'm up at 4, I'm up.
Mm-hmm.
Between 4 and 5, I'm doing my stretches. I'm, doing my not a meditation, but it's kind of like a my time. I don't look at my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I just pretty much get my body ready at 5. I try to be out the door to get a sweat on, whether that's going for a run or just training. And when the rock climbing gyms open, they open at 6. And ideally, if I'm firing, I'm there at 6.
Yeah.
Climb, and then hit the sauna for a little bit, and then I'm back home by literally 7:15. And what I was doing was I was going to Mother's because they were open at 7, and I get like a little breakfast.
Yeah.
And by that time it's 9. I could be crushing. I'm on emails, get all that stuff out of the way, and you're done with that by 10 or 11.
Yeah.
You know, so by 11 you can kind of kick back, chill, studio time.
Yeah.
And then you can really, really get grinding. Right now, I kind of fell off. So
Yeah,
I gotta
me too.
I gotta get back in the zone. This
Yeah.
quarantine and just I haven't been too on it since I got back from Europe.
Yeah.
I need to click back in, which I'm gonna do right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think that is so important, and
Yeah.
some of my best work got done that way.
Yeah.
You know?
I found that depending on my schedule, if I can try and get my morning shit done, and then try and get anywhere from an hour to 3 hours of studio time in the morning, ideally before 12. I just feel like the rest of the day is just so much better because I've kind of gotten that thing out of the way. So now it's like, then I do the rest of my emails. And then you don't have to worry about like, well, fuck, the day got away from me. I didn't get in the studio because you're getting it out of the way. And at that point, because your brain's still fresh from sleeping and everything, like you just feel like you're working better. You know what I mean?
You definitely operate higher in
Yeah.
that first 8
Yeah.
hours. And I think it's super important. That's why, and you operate better. So that's why getting those emails done or those little tasks done is easier. But then when you finish it, it's also rewarding. So when you feel that, you're like, cool, my day's fucking done. I did everything I got to do.
Yeah.
Now I can go fuck around in the studio and
Yeah.
not think about it like, oh, I need to call fucking Greg
Yeah.
or whatever you got to do.
Yeah. Or if you already worked in the studio and got your work done, then that second studio session is just, you can learn new things or you can just fuck around, whatever. There's no pressure. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of my routine right now. I'm getting back into it right now because I just came from Europe, and the jet lag is actually perfect for setting you up for that schedule.
Yeah.
Because, you're tired by 6, 7 at night.
Yeah.
You're in bed. You're up at 4.
Yeah.
Because of jet lag. So taking advantage of it and getting back in that routine is it's important to me.
Yeah.
And some of my best stuff came from it, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah. So my last question for you, again, after everything that's kind of transpired and where you are today, has your sort of guiding, what am I trying to say? Like the principles that you have been living by, are they still the same? Like if I was to ask you, if you were to give me, a new producer, the single most important piece of advice to keep me on the path, would it be the same as it was last time? I don't remember what it was last time, but do you have a sort of new mantra or thing that you're kind of living by now, or?
I mean, I've always kind of I've kind of always had the same mindset. That's kind of how I got here in the first place.
Yeah.
It was like if you believe, you can achieve as long as you set yourself to those goals.
Yeah.
And you hold yourself accountable and you put in the work. I still feel the same way about it. Now I have different methods about how I do that.
Yeah.
It used to just grind myself to till I couldn't hear anymore.
Yeah.
And just make music as much as possible, and it wasn't throw shit at the wall and see what stuck. It was more just nonstop grind, which I think you kind of need to do in a way.
There's different phases where
I think it's important, but now I'm at a place now where I kind of know what I want to do.
Yeah.
I know what I want to make. So, I mean, if I had any advice to anybody, it would be musically, at least. Don't take personal advice from me. but musically,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe in this our sphere when it comes to our industry,
Mm-hmm.
is like don't like I said earlier, like don't be patient. Make that 10-year plan your 6-year plan. But when it comes to like introducing yourself,
Yeah.
like I think it's really important to introduce an authentic version of yourself, and I think that only comes with patience.
Yeah.
You know, like if you come straight out the gates, like this is me, I'm shaded, this is what I'm gonna do. If
Yeah.
I were to look back on that, I would be embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not
Well,
embarrassed.
granted,
but
that was also, how long ago was that?
it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I don't actually. The word embarrassed is a little harsh, but it would be like now I'm very, very comfortable
Yeah.
with what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and that also comes along with the skills you build as you do this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like put in your 10,000 hours or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's the moment where you go, okay, here's my 10-year plan.
Yeah. That's almost like when everything
Yeah.
starts in a way.
It's like when everything starts. Like
Yeah.
you finally get to the point where you're competent enough
Yeah.
to do, like you have an idea and you can write it.
Yeah.
You know? So being able to get there, and then you have that 10-year plan where you go, okay, this is what I want to
Yeah.
do with this knowledge.
Yeah.
How do I make that 6 months?
And then you can make your 10-year plan a 2-3-year plan because you've
built the skills. You have
Yep.
you have the knowledge, you have the skill set, and you're able to execute.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main thing, is being able to execute and, deliver.
yeah.
Because if you come out the box and you drop a bunch of fucking turds, like who the fuck's gonna be like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't wait to hear the next one, or I can't
Yeah.
wait to give him a second chance, or I can't wait
Yeah.
to give him a third chance.
Yeah.
It's like, don't rush
Yeah.
getting out there
For the sake of getting out
for the
there.
sake of
Yeah.
getting out there, because I think it's so important. I think first impressions are everything.
Yeah. And it's obvious.
It's very
Yeah.
First impressions are everything.
Yeah.
And I mean, physically, yeah, it is what you see.
Yeah.
Like when you walk in the door and you smile, like people are fucking gonna be happy.
Yeah.
But like musically, when you play them a song, they're gonna instantly have an impression
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah.
So
totally.
be conscious of that, and
Yeah.
but that's the other thing, dude. You also have to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
But like I think it's a good idea to have a good set of friends
Yeah.
and people to bounce ideas off of.
Yeah. No, totally. 100%.
Rather than just fucking put it out there or
Yeah.
shove it down DJs' throats. And they're gonna,
This is me. Fucking look at me.
yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
This is me, and then 6 months later the same DJ gets a demo. It's like a totally different vibe. Oh, this is me now.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Not a good look.
Not a good look.
No. Well, we have hit 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours and 3 minutes and 3 seconds.
You gonna hit this
Solid
joint
effort.
again?
Yeah, in a sec. But thanks for sitting with us today. And I think there's a lot of great things in the future. So we're excited to see that.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. I enjoyed it. The setup's dope.
I know,
I'm
right?
digging it. we put this together nicely.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, so I'm psyched.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for having me. A couple beers.
Yeah, good time.
And much love, Magnetic. And till next time.
Yeah, till next time, man. All right.